Checkered flag 69.
Have it puckered up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight. We're back at it again here tonight again for the Motor Sims Racing Magazine Monday Night Thunder Grand National Series. These are the Xfinity cars. Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by John T. Wimbledon. And I tell you what, John, tonight we're back at Atlanta. And man, they coined the phrase "hot Atlanta." Better believe it's hot. 110 track temp with these Xfinity cars. Got a little more speed than what we saw last night. But I'm gonna tell you, if you missed last night's race, man, you need to run over to OSR Network on YouTube and check that thing out, because I got a feeling if they put on the show they did last night, tonight, man, what a race.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race that they had there last night. Guys did a great job. We're going to see the same thing tonight, though. Track's going to be very slippery. 110 degrees, like you said, so they're definitely going to be slipping and sliding all over the place tonight.
Absolutely. We're amidst qualifying right now, and this is the kind of unique style qualifying. The reason we didn't see it last night is they did their qualifying throughout the whole day, but normally this is what they do. One by one style qualifying. They send each car out one at a time. Well, we've got 36 of these machines out here tonight that's going to roar around Atlanta here and tear this place apart. And I tell you, I think we got 163 laps, if I'm not mistaken. But what's going out there on NASCAR? How you doing? What's going on, Robbie, and definitely Michelle and all the viewers out there tonight, as these guys put on an epic battle, an epic show last night. I can't get over how those trucks, and especially that last several laps, man, they were dueling. Just awesome battling.
They were all over each other last night, and it really made for some great racing. We're going to see the same thing tonight, though. These guys are going to come out here and really get on top of each other. The times are probably going to be the same as they were last night. We're going to see, not a big difference here. These guys, they all know what they're doing. They push a limit, so we'll see how it works out. But it's going to be interesting as the tires, start to wear, and you got a high track temp there. These cars are going to be all over the place.
Absolutely. I tell you right now, man on point, Terry Mason right there. I actually called him the other night in the ARCA race. Me and Ryan was calling, and I said, I wonder if he's any kin to Perry Mason. So he's definitely got a fast machine out here. He had one the other night there at the ARCA race, or excuse me, at the ARCA race, in the K&N car. And so maybe he has found clues on how to get around this hot, slick track. And we say slick, but it's a combination. Slick going in and probably going to be tight coming off. Not a thing that a driver likes to feel.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Throwing the car in here, it can be tight depending on how you throw it in there, but coming off, it definitely is tight. And that's what we're going to see tonight. We saw last night they had a little bit of issues there coming off of 2. Car drift up a little bit there, and the problem is this being such a momentum racetrack, you've got to carry momentum the whole way around, or the guys behind you can catch you in no time. You've got to get back in the throttle at the right time, but you got the wheel turned a little too much. That back end's going to come around and get a little loose with you. So, the car's tight, and so you're oversteering. You got too much wheel into that thing. You're getting in that throttle a little too hard. You got to play around with it. We say it, and we said it last night. You steer the car here with the throttle as much as you do with the steering wheel. So you've got to know your limitations of your equipment. You got to take care of it, especially if we have some long green flag runs, which we hope to see. Green flag pit stops, and just see what these guys do with it. But you're going to have those guys that want to get up front. Points are crucial. Like we always say it. We say the same thing every race, but every race is just as important as the last. So, in this series here, points are very crucial, and these guys are going to be pushing limitations here. So we're going to see who wants to take care of their stuff, who wants to push the limitations here, and but I guarantee you're going to see some guys get loose off of 4, and it's going to be a handful. It's not as easy to collect in these cars as it is with the trucks.
Well, you're right, and the thing about this car also, the difference from the truck and even the Cup car for that matter is they say this is one of the best feeling oval NASCAR cars on iRacing, and it feels so good to drive and all. I'd hate to use the word easy to drive, but it makes you feel like that. But it also can snap out and bite you at any time because it makes you feel like you're in control all the time. And and I know, going at speeds like this, sometimes when you get confident and you get complacent, and when that happens, that's when that car shows you, hey, I'm still the boss.
Yeah, the minute you think that you've got this car under control and you say to yourself, okay, I can push it a little bit, that's when you learn that you can't. It's no different than anything else that, people are riding motorcycles. They always say you get complacent, you start not thinking about what you're doing, you're going to lose control, something bad's going to happen. So it's the same thing with this, just like with this stuff. You've got to be aware of what you've done to your equipment so far into the run. So you're going to see guys put up some magnificent, super bad fast times, the first 5 or 6 laps, if they really push it. And after that, those laps are going to come down pretty drastically. You're going to see some slower times. And that's the thing, is once the tires wear, what are you willing to do? These cars are going to move up to the top. And we've seen it not only in real life, this past Sunday, but even as we run here on iRacing, and this sim is as real as it gets here. You're going to want to run on the bottom, in 3 and 4, but be in the middle in 1 and 2. And you're going to have these cars that, as the race wears on, as the tires wear on, the car's going to move up and up and up. And people are going to pull out their inner car, Kyle Larson, and see how close they can get to that wall with this car. So that's the only way to keep your momentum up and not spin yourself out. So you see some guys get underneath each other here. You're going to see them push up. You're going to see them get loose, and that's when some bad things happen. But right now, these guys are laying down some pretty good laps, Joe, and like usual, they're all one on top of each other, big time. In the first 5 or 6 positions here.
Yeah, it is right now, and that's what we saw last night. I mean, the whole field was within 9/10, 8/10 or something like that, and we saw it throughout the whole entire race here. And don't mind what I'm doing on the stream, I am just adjusting the sounds of some of these camera angles so they sound a little different here. It's one of the ones I use mostly, so figure I'd do it
White
while I'm on
flag
qualifying.
11.
But Robbie out there, he says these
5
cars
to
are
staging,
long, and
5
then he
to
corrects
staging.
himself. He meant that they're loose, and I can believe it. Loose going in, might be a little tight coming off, but definitely loose going into these turns.
Yeah, they are, and it depends on what that you're steering at here. But in these cars, it really doesn't matter. You're going to be loose going in, but
Checkered
you
flag
can't
11.
help but be tight in these cars coming off. It doesn't matter what you try to do to it. If you're loose, it's because you overdrove the entry, and bad things are getting ready to happen.
Green
So you
flag
better hold
12.
on to it.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, as we're getting set here to go green flag here in a little bit. Actually, go back live here, just there. There we go. Um, Blake Felon, man on point right now. He knocked old Terry Mason down. I tell you, them times are just very,
White
very
flag 12.
close. And again, I want to welcome all the people, folks out there tonight. We're Atlanta again here for the Motor Sims Racing Magazine tonight, and these guys are putting on a show. And actually, we talk about Motor Sim Racing Magazine. Let's take a quick commercial break. Show you this for our sponsor tonight here while we're under qualifying. We'll be right back, folks.
Have you ever wanted to...
Checkered flag 12.
So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
Staging 32 to staging.
All right, we're back here. Right there's Motor Sim Racing Magazine. I'm gonna tell you what, folks. If you haven't went and checked out the first issue, go and check that thing out. Kenneth Jans and company over there doing a tremendous job for the sim community, and it's new, but man, I tell you, it was an awesome first article. I went and read it myself. Enjoyed every minute of reading it, and love some of the articles. And love what he's doing here. He's a title sponsor here for the Grand National Series at Monday Night Thunder Racing. And it truly is he's a great guy. We've talked to him a couple times. And high energy type of gentleman.
He definitely is, but you know what? He's got a lot to be excited about with what he's got going on there with Motor Sim Racing Magazine. With the growth, and we talked about it a little bit last night, the growth and popularity of sim racing is at an all-time high right now. We've got nowhere to go but up with this thing, as long as we help each other out and support each other and support these sponsors and people that are putting their money out there to make sure that these things can be successful. These leagues are successful, and not only does he want to be a part of it that way and grow his brand, but he's out here taking part in the action and racing with these guys. A very respectful racer, and everybody's got a lot of respect for him, not just because he's the sponsor, he's putting the money up, but he earns it. He races very well with these guys, very clean. But I love to see that, and we've got a lot of great things coming down the pike here for sim racing and the sim racing community, and can't wait to see what all happens, especially with the addition of dirt coming on into iracing here. We've got a lot of people doing broadcast. Joe's out here on OSR Network doing his thing now, and got a lot of respect in the sim racing community, and I'm honored to be a part of that. But sim racing right now is just it's really taking off, and everybody's starting to pay attention, and everybody wants to be a part of it. And, the more I post things on Facebook, the more questions I get from people that haven't done it yet, and they want to be a part of it. They want to come to my house and sit in my rig and try it out and see what it's about. And I'm like, hey, you come on
Green
in, but I'm gonna
flag
put you in
32.
practice because I'm not getting protested.
There you go.
But
Was 3,
it's
it was
great
my
to see,
mistake.
and we've really got a great product here. iRacing's doing a great job. All the broadcast teams, everybody it just does great things. So uh, this league
Had to
especially,
cross
they
into
do
somebody
a
else for a
very
second.
good job of making sure they put on a good show. They have good drivers. It's well worth your
White
time
flag
to
32.
sit here and watch a race. And
72
as a
roll,
broadcast
1 to
network
staging,
and team, we
1
want to
to
make sure that
staging.
we're doing the best job we can to bring a good race and make it exciting for you, and uh, try to keep up with what's going on the track. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard because there's action everywhere. So I'm excited about it. I love everything about this. Love what's going on right now in the sim racing community. So, but it's great to have people like him in here and Motor Sim Racing Magazine on
Checkered
board,
flag
and
32.
everybody should definitely go check them out. If you haven't done so yet, we need to support these sponsors and people like Kenneth that put their necks out here and want to be a part of it, and we need to show them that
Green
we appreciate
flag
that.
72.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, tonight, we talk about Kenneth. He's actually on the track right now, doing his qualifying time there. That number 72 machine, Motor Sim Racing machine out there. He's got the Toyota Camry flying around here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we call it a hot Atlanta, and that's for a reason, because it's definitely hot here tonight. That track's slick and everything else. But, like you say, we talk about the sim community. I know you mentioned it that way. I've been in it since way back in
White
the
flag 72.
early 90s, probably
1 roll,
89, 90.
19
I
to
took it all the way
staging,
back to the
19
Indy
to
500.
staging.
Papyrus days, went all the way up into the Forza. And like I said, it's the only way to go up, and I'm privileged to be here. As always, I'm just thankful to do what we do. Thankful for these leagues, more or less. I mean, these guys like the Monday night here. They put on a show, and they're about to put on one. I'm telling you, folks, if you
Checkered
like
flag
racing,
72.
last night's race was incredible. I know as an admin, they probably was yanking
Good
their
enough
hair
for the
out,
10th
but
position.
man, I'm telling you, those guys were they were putting on a clinic out
Green
there.
flag 1.
Last night's race was just unbelievable. There was a ton of action all over the track, all the way from the lead back to 20th place. We try to showcase these drivers and show everybody what's going on. And last night it was hard to do, Joe. Trying to figure
Yep.
out who we needed to watch. There was action all over the place. They went 3 wide, 4 wide. These guys were all over the place. So we expect the same thing tonight.
White
That's the good
flag
thing about
1.
it. These guys are that good. They know what they're doing. They know who to race around, how they can race each other. So, and they
19
proved it last
roll,
night. They pulled
23
some
to
things off
staging,
last night. I don't
23
know how
to
they did it,
staging.
but God bless them, man. They made it happen. But I tell you, while we're here, just kind of seeing the lap times these guys are putting down, I want to throw out there, it was the beginning of the season in iRacing, and I don't know how everybody in here did, but I know for a
Checkered
fact
flag 1. Good save,
Scott Cozart in the one car here in this league won the championship
Good enough for the
for
9th
the A
position so
class
far.
Cup cars in his
Okay.
division. So
Green
congratulations to
flag
him. That's a
19.
great accomplishment there, winning that. That's not an easy car to drive by any means. I've tried it myself, and I feel like a superhero for 3 laps, and then look like a fool on the next one. So definitely a great accomplishment for Scott to take that home and get his championship down there. So uh, good thing there. I wish I knew how some of these other guys did. I'm sure with the talent level
White
that's in it, these
flag
guys are very good in their
19.
points, but I do know how he did
23
from talking to
roll,
him earlier today.
818 to staging.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the Facebook there. I saw what you did also, and I know I've done I've won a time trial one. That was just time trials, but hey, I won anyways. The division I was in, I didn't really run much last season in the iRacing stuff, but I try to keep up with the drivers, and a lot of leagues that we do. I've got some
Checkered
leagues that
flag
actually do
19.
have some actual real drivers, that actually
That
are
is
out here
quick
doing it
time.
real. And look at that, man. Mike T. Bruno putting a blistering time
Green
up there
flag
of
23.
29.539. Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
Mike's
say
luck has not
fast.
run out. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mike
Woo!
Bruno is on a mission, or he's got a horseshoe somewhere that nobody can find. He's been doing some great
Yes.
things, not just on the racetrack, but off as well. There's basically an auction site that some of us have been on, and Mike has won. Man, I think it's
White
4 or 5
flag,
times in the last 2 days,
19, or
and
20
he's won
grams,
some
sorry.
great stuff, buddy. I'm talking, he
81X roll,
gauges and
49 the station,
iRacing bucks and
49
all
the
kinds of
station.
stuff. That
Awesome.
man is just, I don't know where the horseshoe's at, but he better hold on to it. But
Man, buy him a lottery
he's done a
ticket.
great job. But and I know he had a pretty good season himself. But man, yeah, I was blessed. We're talking about the end of the season here. Uh, did very well. I started doing iRacing back in November. It's the first time I ever got
Checkered
on here.
flag, 23.
So my first season in, I wrapped up the late model championship. Got that. Got the K&N championship under my belt, and finished second in the open setup C class in the truck series. So
Good enough for
a
outside the
lot of time
front
trial
roll
stuff.
as of
Finished
now.
second here, there, and had three
Green
top
flag,
fives for the
81A.
overall. But didn't take a picture of all of that because it's time trial stuff, and I don't want to gloat, but so much. But hey, I don't have a whole lot to pat myself on the back about. So I'll bask in the glory today and get over myself tomorrow.
I hear you. Well, Robbie out there says Terry Mason. He won in his division in the super late models this past season, so that is awesome. Um, like I say, I
White
didn't get to
flag,
run a lot in
818.
I didn't run a lot in the normal
49 roll,
iRacing
03 to station.
this past
03
season,
to
so
station.
because I've been pretty much concentrating on the broadcast stuff, which is where I really enjoy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a lot of people, that I've been with and raced with, and they're like, "Oh, Joe, you need to race more. You need to race more. It's what you need to do." And I'm like, "Guys, man, I love what I'm doing." I said, I enjoy this. I said, don't get me wrong, I like racing, man, but I
Checkered
really just
flag,
like,
818.
yeah, I really like getting up here talking and doing all the action
Good
here
enough for the 15th position.
just calling these races. I love it.
Green
All right,
flag,
it's a lot
49.
of fun. I mean, I enjoy racing just as much as everybody else does, but being able to take a break, watch some other guys do it, see their talent level and everything, it's a lot of fun to see. I mean,
Yep.
you race too much, you can get burned out, and you're just out there turning laps. And it's nice to take a break. It's great to have a league that allows you to come in and be a part of their action and call
White
everything, and
flag,
have
49.
a broadcast network,
03
like
roll,
yourself. I mean,
18 to
people don't
station.
know it, but
18 to
the way
station.
the way that I'm here is I just sent Joe a message, said, "Hey, this is my background. This is what I've done. I'd like to jump on with you if you'll have me." And he gave me an opportunity, so here I am. And that's what's great about this community, though, is I mean, you're not limited at all. The limitations are what you put on yourself. Like I said, I'm not great in an A car, but I jump
Checkered
in it and I
flag,
practice and I
49.
keep trying. A lot of guys do the same thing, and then you come around to it. You
Good
get in here,
enough
you
for
broadcast, and
P12
you
so
learn. And I
far.
watch the broadcast when we're done. I listen to it.
Green
Yep.
Same
flag,
thing I did when I
03.
worked for ESPN Radio here in Martinsville, Virginia. So I enjoy it, and but it takes people helping you out, people giving you a break, and you've done that, and let me jump in here with you. And I have a blast doing it. And everybody enjoys listening to you, but I'll tell you what, tonight we're going to make sure we get some Joeisms in there, because after listening to the broadcast last night, we didn't get a whole lot. So I don't know if you need your
White
Dr. Pepper
flag,
or
I
03.
whatever it is. You better get that
I
18
stuff
gotta
in your
roll,
system.
59
get
to
in the
station.
rhythm
59
sometimes
to
with it and
station.
what I'm doing and what I know that the Joeism things come from Ryan and somebody else out there in the chat. They said it. They called on to it back in Extreme Motorsports '99 when I was doing them. I did a race, and Ryan came up and said after, he goes, "Man, Joe, the best part of
03
that
will be
whole
going to
entire
a
race
backup car
that
till
I
into the
love it
field.
was when you were talking about there's a gentleman over there by the name of Tyler Sifford, and I call him Mr. Popularity, and the reason I do is because his mom, his dad, and
Green
his,
flag,
family
18.
members and everybody's out there just cheering him on. And it's a running thing since last season. If he wins a race, his mom's going to send some milk and cookies. So I've just coined the phrase of Mr. Popularity. And he was running that race, and I don't know. I just said, you know what? Y'all better watch out because here comes the number 7 machine, Mr. Popularity. I said, you know why that man's popular? Because he's just popular. Ryan said, that's probably
White
the best
flag,
line I've heard in the
18.
whole entire race, man. I don't know what in the world. And
59,
and just every
roll,
once in a while I'll
42
catch
to
myself say
staging,
something. I'll just
42
get
to
wrapped up
staging.
into it, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want that to be the only thing out there. Obviously, don't want that to take away from the action on the track because, we definitely we're here, man, for the show. Man, I don't know, John. I'm trying to bring you mentioned something a minute ago. That was you talk about giving an opportunity. Well, I was given an opportunity. Rick Donathan, given an opportunity, and if you've ever heard that
Green
man
flag,
announce,
59.
you'll understand what I'm talking about. It is.
Yeah, definitely have.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
great.
There you go. So you know what I'm saying. And man, I was at awe when I heard him, and I said, and when he said, "Well, me and you can do this," I'm going, "Yeah, right. Really? Yeah, you want me? I've heard you. Hold on a second.
Now, when you talk the way we do, you're like, wait a minute. What are you
That's
talking about?
right. I was like, wow. So,
White
it
flag,
worked out
59.
really well, but I've tried to
42
come
roll,
along with
7
the
to
style that I
staging,
do,
7
and
to staging.
yeah, I've had guys coin the phrase out there. God, Joe, you sound like one of the MRN guys, Barney Hall, etc., etc. And I can see where they say that because I grew up listening to those guys when I was younger, do NASCAR and all, and I do like their style of calling races. It's just they have so much energy, and but they're not overboard with it,
Checker
but yet
flag,
they stay on the
59.
action and whatnot. And it seems like you're just always there, and I like that. So
Good enough for the
Well,
third
it's an
position
art
right
form,
now.
and that's the thing that a lot of people don't quite
Green flag,
understand.
42.
Is that the way that these guys call races? You watch it on television or on the radio, and the guys take it very seriously. And uh,
hmm
when I was at ESPN Radio here in Martinsville, we had a gentleman come down from New York, moved from New York to Little Martinsville, Virginia, to work here, and he called basketball games. He was great at it, and he loved basketball. But everything he did, we'd sit and talk before, right?
White
It's
flag,
basically an art
42.
form. How he would do it. He was the play-by-play
7
guy.
roll,
Right.
I was the
95 to
analysis
staging,
guy. I know about
95 to staging.
setting up plays or why they'd run a certain defense, things like that. And I'd pop in with my little 2 cents every once in a while. But it's an art form how you bring it to the people, and that's the thing about it is you've got to find a way to keep them engaged. And it's great to be able to be a part of it. But you have to understand that you have to listen to yourself. You got to better yourself, and
Checkered
that's why I
flag,
said I
42.
take it very seriously. I enjoy doing it. I have a lot of fun, but at the same time, I understand.
Good enough for the
You've got to
second
bring a good
position
product
right
here,
now.
and but
Green flag,
we're a
7.
part of a great league, and you've done a great job getting very good leagues, on your network that allow you to be a part of their action, and it's really easy to make it interesting when the league racing itself is interesting.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. I know a lot of the drivers like here. I know a lot of the drivers like over in the Extreme. Become very familiar with a lot of them, very comfortable with them, and it does make it easy.
White flag,
I do say the phrase a lot that the day that this doesn't become
95
fun
roll,
anymore, I will
89
walk
to
away
staging.
from it and I'm done. Because that's first and foremost to me. And like you said, there are some guys out there, unfortunately, they you can't get, just like the driving, you can get burnt out doing this. Because they do take it way overboard, and they lose the passion that they wanted to do. And I just love seeing the viewers out here, man. The reactions from them. I mean, it amazed me the other day, and I take the humble as we just see Tyler Justice blast up with an awesome time on the charts. Wow.
I talked to Tyler Justice today. I messaged him on Facebook. I said, buddy, I'm going to tell you what, I jinxed you. And I'm not picking anybody tonight, Joe, because the last couple times I've done it, bad things have happened. So I told him, I promised him I'd keep my mouth shut. I wasn't going to pick anybody. And I said, just go out there tonight and do what you did last night. And
and he put on a show last night.
He did. He was very humble about it, though. He said, don't be afraid to pick me, but I'm not going to do it because I feel like the jinx is on.
89 roll, 96
Well, he put on a
staging,
blistering
96
time,
staging.
29.435. Wow, that's a pretty darn good time out there. So hopefully he can hold up for 160 some laps, bring that machine into victory lane to number 7 tonight, and we'll see what he can do out here. But yeah, folks, like I say, we're here in Atlanta. Motor Sim Racing Magazine's Grand National Series for the Monday Night Thunder here. They got the Xfinity cars out here tonight, and we're in the midst of qualifying. And the reason you hear old Bradley P. Wilson in the background there is that's because he is calling each car out one by one. They do it the old style NASCAR by bringing each one of the drivers out here. So reason we didn't see that last night was last night they did they had so many trucks for the race sign up that they did an all-day qualifying. So they had already had qualifying done. So this is their normal style. And John, like I said, I don't know, for me or how many you've seen, but this is their normal style of how they do. Last night was kind of a little different because they had so many show up, and they did the same thing in the ARCA race Sunday night. So, and yes, folks, I said that right. We're on day 3 here with the Monday Night Thunder League, and that's right. Each and every week you can catch us here at OSR Network bringing the action of this league. We got Sunday night, the ARCA Series, which is the K&N cars. We got Monday night, which is the Truck Series, and then we got Tuesday night here with the Xfinity. And then starting next season, you go right back into Wednesday and Thursday, where we will bring ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Well, we will bring on Wednesday night, we will bring the Xfinity, and then on Thursday bring the Cup cars. But like I say, most notably right now, like I said last night, I don't have a problem. I take the humble side of a lot of things. I get a lot of compliments out there, but I tell people, as many compliments as I get, I can't do it with the people that I can't do it without the people that's with me. And that would be, John and Ryan Daniels, definitely. Ryan has been with me through thick and thin to the beginning. And there's another guy that just got a chance. Rick recognized it, and he put him up there with me. And Rick said, Joe, you got the confidence enough to teach him. I've taught you what I know. Take off with it, and it's been a great thing. And but I tell people, I said, look, sure, it's on my channel, and I'm bringing it to you by OSR Network and like that. But man, all the people with us, definitely, I can't do it without it. I can't do it without the viewers. I can't do it without the leagues, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So,
right. Yeah. And the people that gave you the start, and the people that gave you your foot in the door and all that stuff. And we talked about a little bit last night about Rick Donovan, and a lot of people may have heard him before, calling races. I have, and being a part of the league at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They run a great league. If you're looking for a good league with good drivers, good moderators, definitely check them out. That's a good one as well, along with this league here. I mean, we've got some great leagues here. And but Rick Donovan is a stand-up guy, very classy individual. Make sure that everything's on the up and up, and he's fair with everybody. So it's a lot of fun to run with those guys. I've just I came in kind of in the middle of their season, so I do it for fun. I run with those guys for fun. I don't get in there and try to wreck anybody and mess up their points. So they accepted me in their league there. I started out as a standby driver, probably like you did, and you work your way up and get in there. So definitely another league worth checking out. I gotta say, you've been a part of some great leagues and some good people, but you want to be a part of something that's great here. This here league, we've got Sunday, Monday nights, and great drivers. Again, Tuesday nights. I mean, people are waiting in line to get in these leagues, and that's what's so great about it is you cannot complain about it.
Nope.
The driving ability of these people, it's unbelievable. And if you've never done it before, if you've never tried it, if you're out there and you're like, man, I don't know if league racing is for me, if you're on the fence, because I was. When I got started in iracing, I'd raced before, and I've raced on dirt and all that stuff. And as great as that sounds, it's not like this. And I was on the fence about it, and I said, I don't know where to start. And got my start with, a little league. We did short track racing and whatnot, and then Went to ExtremeMotorsports99.com, got started with those guys, started in as a standby, and I learned so much. And you'll learn so much being a part of a league, and a league that's full of good drivers. You learn patience. You learn how to drive your car at certain
White
races.
flag
So
2.
if you're on the fence about it, definitely
16,
look into
roll
these leagues
51
here
to
that we
station.
cover and that
51 to
Joe covers,
station.
that are great leagues full of good drivers. Don't be afraid to put your foot in the door and just get in here and learn. I mean, my first couple weeks in Extreme Motorsports, and Joe, you've been there. Those guys will run you over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's
They've
just
got great guys in there,
well,
but even you
yeah,
ran me over a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
So
When you talk about well, not only
Checker
that one,
flag
but you
2.
got well, you obviously the Monday Night Thunder guys here. They're great, but you got Racing for a Cause. I mean, those guys out there. I just gotta say,
Green flag 16.
their name means a lot because what their name stands for is what they stand for.
Green
They
flag
race for a
16.
cause. Each and every race they do, they put it on for a good cause. A perfect example is that with one of their last races of the season. Last season, they put on a race for my good friend who had lost a battle with cancer several years ago, and put it in as a memorial race. But they
White
do great
flag
things
16.
there and got great
51
drivers.
roll.
Different car. It's the late model there, but you also got, like I say, the racing freaks, man. Those get now. You want some professionals? Wow. those guys, they got some. Donnie Lee. Well, no, that's not USRA, but they've got Rob Pendleton and several other guys over there that actually, man, are some extremely fast Cup drivers
Checker
on this
flag
game.
16.
you
Yes.
brought up the name Donnie Leah, and I was watching that the other night though. But I'll tell you what, the thing about Donnie Leah, I've raced against him on here a little bit. For folks that don't know him, he is a professional race car
Green
driver.
flag 51.
Raced in the ARCA Series some. Does a lot with modifieds. Modified champion, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. He's actually raced in the Truck Series also, and the
He
ARCA.
has raced in the Truck Series,
Yep.
yeah, but I know he's a modified champ. He's raced in ARCA. But helps people out. I mean, I've been in there and I was like, "What are you running? What can you do to help me out?" When the K&N was at
White
Rockingham,
flag
that's when I
51.
talked to him, and I said, "You've had to be on this track, in person. What do I need to do to better myself?" And without his tips, honest to God, I'm gonna tell you right now, I won my K&N championship by 20 points. And without his tips, I would not have won my championship this season. Without his help.
The same thing I go with, like, obviously Extreme on their Thursday night with the Cup car. Jake Nichols, he's just made it to the Pro Series, and he's actually raced with Ray Alfalla himself. So racing around those guys for 2 years, you obviously pick up stuff. And with that note, we got a man on pole, Eric Tesh, right there, boy, I tell you. Well, I'm going to stay with Tesh, man. You say that you need.
That's right. Yeah. For those that not know it, we talked about it pre-broadcast.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
asked him, Eric is from the Netherlands, isn't that right, Joe?
Yes.
So he's up in the
is.
middle of the night. I mean, it's almost early morning over there, and he's up here racing with these
Dedication.
guys. And not only that, but it says a lot about his talent and his ability, and the league saying, "Hey, we want you to be a part of it." And he's earned it. And the man knows how to drive. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get a word with him here real quick, see what he feels that car felt like during that qualifying run. If we can here, let's see if we can get a hold of him. Eric Tess, is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
I think he is indisposed at the moment.
Oh, done fell asleep on us. All right, well, I tell you what, I'd say another one here is Zach Lindgren out there. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. Go ahead, Joe.
I'll tell you what, Zach, you're going to start in that 15th spot right there tonight. I tell you, how did that car feel around here on a very fast, and it's probably a slick, because it's very hot out there right now, track?
The car felt good through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, it's very iffy coming out of it.
Absolutely. You think you got the car to bring that thing to the front? I mean, you got a pretty good starting position. Got a long way to go, but how you feel about tonight bringing it up front?
I feel pretty good bringing it up front. At first, I'm just going to log some laps, but, I mean, Eric and Tyler's laps, especially Davis's and Ryan's and Spence, man, that's going to be hard to beat, and that's going to be hard to come by on the race. So we're just going to have to see what happens, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got that Miller Light Ford right there, the number 85 machine. So I already like what you're driving, man. So I'm a kind of little biased. I'm a Ford man myself. So I wish you the best tonight. Keep the fenders on it. We'll be looking for you there at the end.
All right, cool. Thanks, Joe. Hope to see you in the race.
All righty. Ken Yance, Joe White up in the booth. Got a copy?
Jim and Joe White, how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. I'm about to call you Mr. Electricity, man, after a while. I tell you what, every time we talk to you, you got some, you're really jacked up. But first off, want to appreciate you putting on this for the Monday Night Thunder League here for the Grand National Series for these Xfinity cars. Motor Sim Racing Magazine, a wonderful thing you got going on there. Again, how did that car feel for you tonight?
Well, Joe, you know, I burned up lap 1 running high, trying to build some momentum, and then lap 2, started good down in 1 and 2, but you get down into 3 coming off 4, it tends to want to lose the nose, and I had to chase it up the track and killed a few tenths, and I'm starting way back here in 27th in the Motor Sims Racing Magazine Too Fast Racing Sims Camry, but we're going to try to bring it on to the front. It feels good most of the time around the track. I just got to watch turn 4, man. It's treacherous.
Absolutely, and I tell you, you go from the trucks last night to these cars tonight. Speeds are a little bit different, a lot more laps. Like I say, the track seems like it's a little tad bit hotter than what it was there. So, like you said, probably a little bit more treacherous. But nonetheless, hopefully to see you there at the end. Hey, be patient, bring it to the front.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for broadcasting for us.
Not a problem. Well, got one more request out here. I know y'all about to start up here soon, but it's old Terry Perry Mason out there. You got a copy?
Got a copy, Joe.
All right, Terry. I tell you what, I coined that phrase because of your last name being Mason, and I said, man, every time I look, you know, even though you got dropped down to 14th starting, you were up there, very fast car and very fast times, and I thought, well, maybe he's got his magnifying glass out and he's trying to find clues on how to get around this place. So what's the clues on what you're going to do to get up front tonight?
My clues are 4 fresh tires. Your turn 4 is a little slick. I'm having a little issues coming out of there, so just going to have to save tires.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, do you think, I mean, you're starting in the 14th spot. You think you got anything for these guys up here tonight? Oh, sorry about that. All right, you starting here in the 14th spot, Terry. You think you got anything for these guys here tonight?
My main plan is just to finish this race. I'm probably just going to ride around in the back for a little while, see what happens, and take any opportunity that comes along.
All right. Well, gentlemen, you heard that. I mean, that's coming from the private eye himself. Anybody ever as old as I am should know what I'm talking about. So there you go. He gave away his main secret. Hang out in the back. Watch out. Don't get run over. Hopefully bring it to the front. But as always, gentlemen, I tell you, last night's show, if it's anything like y'all going to do tonight, that was electric. And bring the fenders home tonight, and we'll see who comes out in victory lane. Is Eric Tesh back yet?
I heard my name on the radio.
All right, Eric Tesh, I tell you what, you put that thing on pole with a heck of a time of a 29.426. Man, what do you got in there over in the Neverland? Some jet fuel?
Well, I'm not allowed to speak about it. It's something private.
I hear that. Well, how did the car feel, man, pulling off a time like that tonight?
Well, it feels really, really loose. We need to handle the tires on the long run. You know, hopefully the track will tighten up a little bit during the runs. But for a while, it's going to be wheeling around the track with this car.
Well, I tell you what, I pick you week in and week out, not just because, man, I don't like anybody else out here, is because I have seen what you can do in some machines, and I guess I'm going to stick with that, man. But you got your first pole, I believe it's your first pole here of the season, so congratulations on putting that thing here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Xfinity car. You think you got the car, though, to stay there all night long and bring it home in victory lane?
Well, I'm not made for the short runs, so probably the short runs will be an issue for me, but on the long runs, I'm meant to be.
All right, well, Eric, good luck, and like I say, good luck to all you gentlemen out there tonight again. Here with tonight, Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm Joe White up here with John T. Wimbush up here in the booth. We're going to call all this action. You got 160-some laps, gentlemen. Long time. Be patient, be careful, but nonetheless, put on a show. And we'll see you at the end of it. Well, John, got several interviews in there before we went live here. Green flag, and Eric's pumped up along with a lot of the other ones. I tell you, it's just going to be electric.
I'm proud.
Loud and clear.
It's going to be a great race. Can't wait to see it here. We've got Eric Teschka from the Netherlands up in the middle of the night. I'm trying to take these boys to school, so they better brought the truck. The keeper's here. Tyler Justice, he's ready for some revenge, which is a great thing. A little irony there with his last name being Justice. So we'll see what happens from last night. Ran a great race the whole night long, and we saw him having to cut through the grass here. Just some bad breaks there. Davis Richards had a good race. Ryan Broderick, all these guys up front. Mike Bruno, Aaron Friend, Joseph Stafford. I mean, goodness, all these guys had great races. David Levine, he knows what he's doing. Blake Neese was up front all night. Terry Mason up there.
All right.
It's impossible to call, Joe, and you know that as well as I do. These guys up here, you're looking at the top 20, top 25 cars. Anybody could take this home. They all know exactly what they're doing. We got a long way to go, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, let's get a running grid here before we go to green flag here. Don't want to run it into that, so let's starting on pole tonight. Eric Tesch right there puts it out front. Tyler Justice in second. Davis Richards right there in third. Ryan Broderick in fourth. Spence Thompson, defending champ on the Monday Night Truck Series, in fifth. Mike T. Bruno in sixth. Aaron Friend in seventh. Austin M. Jones in eighth. Joseph Stafford ninth. And then rounding out the top 10, Jason Burgess right there. And as we go through this field, John, like you just mentioned, any one of these guys tonight can take this thing home at this track.
Yeah, I mean, we're just a couple tenths off. Eric Teschka is a 29.425. 20th place, okay? Qualifying in 20th. Andrew Cardinale, 29.685. So we're not that far off. I mean, you got to look, the times up front are those guys that are hauling the mail, okay? These guys are going to slow down as we go. Guys like Dante Curtis, Robbie Buckner, Andrew in the 31, Jason Alexander, David Heiza, they know what they're doing. They're going to take care of their stuff. So it's going to be interesting to watch, Joe, as we go through this race here and watch these guys just battle side by side. 3 wide, we're definitely going to see it. So definitely excited, man. I can't wait to get this race going because if it's anything like last night, Joe,
about to go green.
We're going to be exhausted here.
About to go green flag here, and that is green flags in the air, and we are set to sail. And I tell you what, they are already starting now 2 by 2, heading into the turn number 1 right there as the man on point tonight. Eric Tesch looking very good there as we see these cars storm off. John, looks like they might try to fan out, but man, it's just the same thing we saw last night in the trucks. The guy out front goes in front of him, but the guys behind him 2 by 2.
Yep, definitely. They're going to run that way for a little while here. We've got the 7. Tyler Justice up on the 96 of Eric Teschka. 51 of Davis Richards looking on the inside here. Tyler's going to stay on the outside. Right now, that is the preferred line being up front here, going in 1 and 2 beside the 96.
Yes, it is. He power moved there on the outside there. That number 7 machine did. He is going to bring. Now, Eric, I do know him. He does not like short runs. He is more of a long style run on the car. So the longer this goes, the more it favors him. But right now, these guys are in a dogfight behind him as they are stacked up nose to tail and 2 by 2 as they come to the line for lap number 3.
And look at Tyler just right now carrying himself up there, just running away with the lead right now. Tyler loves the short runs, and that's the thing that I've learned about him watching him race. And you're right, Eric Teschka is not a short run guy, he's a long run guy. Kind of like myself, we like it when the car gets loose, the tires get worn out. We know how to take care of it, but that's a good strategy for Eric to play there. He's got Davis Richards and Ryan Broderick, Spence Thompson, previous champion here in this series, or in the truck series anyway, and Austin Jones and Mike Bruno behind him.
Absolutely right here. I tell you what, these guys are stacked up right in front of them. I'll tell you what, nose to tail, Eric Tesch trying to battle them off. They are side by side behind them as they storm down the backstretch here, folks. It is a heck of a battle duel that they got going on up front.
Yeah, looking at 51, Davis Richards right there, got the 33 up top there. He's going to have the line right here, still side by side across the line. Big fight right here for the third place position.
Yes, it is. Right now, Eric Tesch has got it, but you saw, you're right, David Richards down on the inside, Ryan Broderick on the outside as they storm down the backstretch here. They're fanned out. They are 2 by 2 all the way back to like 10th and 11th spot. I tell you, these guys are putting on a show just like last night, and we're only on lap number 5 of 163.
Yep, looking back in ninth place, we got Joseph Stafford against a 16 Aaron Friend here fighting for the 8th place. Aaron was up on the outside there, made that work, got the pass on Joseph right now, so he's running an 8th spot. Right now, these guys are nose to tail, just kind of taking it easy right here, sizing each other up and figuring out where they can pass each other.
Well, absolutely. Right now, the 51 looks like he's going to dive on that inside. I'm going to tell you what, this car's a lot different than that truck last night. That truck might feel like it's stable going on the inside, but I don't know. As we look now, you know, Tyler Justice has got a heck of a lead, 1.1 second. Eric Tesch right there. And you got the number 33 machine at the Tide machine right there. Ryan Broderick, he's in 3rd. But a good battle going on for 4th and 5th right now.
Absolutely. We got the 33 going up on the high side here of 96. Eric Teschka is not going to be able to get it. The 2's coming inside the 51. Coming off the 4 right here. He's got the preferred line there on the bottom. But the 51's fighting back on the outside. They're side by side at the line.
Man, anybody's ball game here. I tell you, these guys are back at it again. They didn't leave anything on the table from last night. Now we look like we're on a freight train for the first several cars. Let's see if we can't go back through the field here just a little bit. Because I tell you what, they are all fanned out, nose to tail. And maybe that's a product of this car. Probably allow them to fan out a lot more than what we're used to from last night.
Yeah, and you can. And that's the thing about these cars here is, depending on how you drive it, right now Tyler Justice is just doing an outstanding job. I mean, to see him run away with the way he's doing, I did not expect that. I thought they'd be all over each other. But maybe Tyler wants to get out and lead some laps right now, get some points in the bank. Pit stops come, maybe he'll be okay starting, 3rd, 4th, 5th. But Tyler did a great job last night running a top 5 all race long until the end. So get up there, lead some laps, let the points work in your favor, let these guys behind you maybe burn their equipment up trying to catch you.
Yep, absolutely. As I'm kind of going through the field here just a little bit, since a lot of these cars are, all nose to tail for the most part everywhere, all the way back here, back in the 16th and the 17th. Talk about Scott Cozart. He's right there in 17th and the number 1 machine. And I'm just flipping through the cars here to show off these awesome paint jobs and just kind of get a lot of these cars out here. We see Kenneth Jans back there in 19th. He started 27th. He's already worked his way up to 19th, so he's on the move slowly but surely, trying to come up through the front there in that number 72 machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at some lap times right now, Tyler Justice put down a 30.292. Second place put down a 31.49. And so the guys behind him are just a little bit faster. Mike Bruno with a 31.60. So these guys are running pretty fast, but they're also in a draft where Tyler's up there by himself.
Well, you know, that takes us back to the point of I've watched Eric Tesh, man, do this time after time. He'll sit out there if it's a long green flag. He loves it. Excuse me. He loves the green flag runs because he's more of a long style runner. He, when I say that, I mean he actually will. He's better on the long run, so he definitely likes that a lot better.
Well, and it's the thing is just you have to know at the start of the race, I want to take care of my equipment. Let these guys get ahead of me. I don't care if it's a 1 or if it's 6 of them. I'm going to let them go. And then in a couple laps, I'm going to catch them. And Atlanta's one of those tracks. I mean, Atlanta will eat your tires up depending on how you drive it. And Eric Teschka knows that, and that's exactly what he's done is take care of his stuff. Tyler got up there. He led some laps. You know, maybe he's looking for redemption, but right here we got Eric Teschka looking for the lead on the inside, and Tyler Justice going down into 1 and 2. He's going to have that position on the inside, Joe.
All right, well, I was way back here in the back, so let's go back up here to the front. You're watching the front, and I'm just kind of scrolling through here, but you're right. That's a heck of a battle going on up there, and I'm going to tell you, that just takes us back to what we were saying before. And Eric, he's just one of those long run, and it seems like Tyler's very bad fast in that car, but he's going to try to power back on the outside. Look how smooth, though, the difference in lines and the difference in the riding style there. Eric's just very smooth going into the turns, and I'm saying that Tyler's not, but might be a little more aggressive style from him, but definitely not giving up, as man, he got loose coming off that turn 2 right there.
Oh, Tyler's being very aggressive, and especially after last night, leading the laps and being up front and having some crazy things happen at the end. I mean, that race was Tyler's to lose, and some bad things happened. If you missed it, go back and watch it. You will not be disappointed. But right now, we've got Eric Teschka up ahead of Tyler Justice. Both of them have great racing style. Eric knows how to take care of the car. The man's not up in the middle of the night just because it's a great idea. He's up because he knows how to race.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, right now, riding along with Mike T. Bruno, who is sitting in 3rd. He started there in 6th, and you know, you said that he's the lucky man there. And I tell you, we might need to get him a lotto ticket, John, because if he's doing all the things you say he's doing, man, he's definitely got some heck of a luck on his side. And right now, not looking too bad as he is clicking off some pretty good times there. He's last ran 31:04.3. And Tyler Justice in front of him ran a 31:04.9. And but Eric up there, man, Eric Tesh is putting some times down. I mean, his last time was a 30.9.
Absolutely, he's putting some times down right now. He took care of the stuff. Eric Teschka knows what he's doing. But yes, absolutely. If you're looking for winning lottery numbers, I'm going to tell you right now, Mike Bruno is your man. Just message him and he'll tell you exactly what to pick. And
there you go.
Days, the man's won 4 or 5 times. He knows what he's doing.
Man, I tell you right now, you know, well, look at Ryan Broderick right there, sitting in 4th spot. He's not looking too bad. You know, started 4th, currently 4th. Hasn't really, you know, lost game, but he's holding pace with those guys. Not as quite as, you know, speed-wise. He's dropped off a little bit of time. So the front 3 guys definitely are putting down some pretty quick times and pretty close. Then actually the 4th and 5th place guy, and that's, you know, I'm noticing this right here, John. As I look at these times, the top 3 are all within, I'd say, a 10th or so. Not probably half
absolutely.
a 10th. Yeah. Well, then you go to 4th and 5th, 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They're within a 10th or so. So you're not. It's frustrating as a driver because you're not gaining anything, but you're not losing anything. It's just like, man, what do I got to do to gain on that guy in front of me? That's why we're seeing right now, look at the distance between the cars. They're just like there. And they're just staying there. And that's a product of the times that we're seeing on the track right now.
Well, and this is to be expected with the Xfinity cars and the style of racing that they have. These cars, you're going to get spread out a little bit more over the run. If you're running side by side, you're definitely using up your equipment. And Eric Teschka took care of his stuff. These guys in the back, they run a little bit slower, but they're really not that much slower. We're just a couple tenths off here and there. No. So it's really fast times. But Eric took great care of his stuff. I'm looking at the times right now. And, I mean, from Eric ran a 31.400, a 4:19 by Tyler, a 4:24 by Mike Bruno, a 5:45 by Ryan, A
Yep.
609 by Davis Richards is the top 5. That's what you have to work with, folks. It's just a couple tenths.
Well, right now, your top 5 running order is Eric Tesh, Tyler Justice, Mike Bruno, Ryan Broderick, and David Richards. Right there, your top 5 running order, and you just see that on the chart. And I tell you, these guys are putting on a darn good show. Now everybody's looking like, well, wait a minute. Last night, these guys were side by side, nose to tail. That's just a product of that truck. What we're talking about here is, yes, time-wise, last night, they all were within each other. Again, tonight, time-wise, yes, they're all within each other. The problem is this car, it drives totally different, and it brings a different style. You're not going to probably be up on top of each other as you would with the truck.
Yeah, absolutely. These cars handle very differently. They are very steer happy, meaning the car likes to feel, or you think, it wants to turn so much more than the truck does. The truck, you can run a lot of negative steering, meaning you don't have to turn the wheel as much. These Xfinity cars, they feel like they're going to push like a plow, and you've got to keep wheel into it. So that's where you get the loose feeling going in and the tight feeling coming off, because you've got to get back in the accelerator, you've got to get back on throttle. About halfway through, if not before that turn, you're going to feel that car pushing coming off. But you don't want to be turning too far left. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to see some people get loose coming off of 4 as these guys start pushing it. They've done a great job so far as we're on lap 24. I'm very surprised we haven't seen anybody lose it coming off of 4, but we got a long way to go, and it's we haven't seen the end of it yet. But these cars drive very different than the trucks do. So right now, these guys are getting the feel of this car, the equipment, and how this is going to go. But two totally different monsters when you're talking about one vehicle to the next.
Well, you just talk about getting loose, man. I'm going to tell you what, right there, the number 42 car looked like a fish out of water coming sideways out of the turn there in front of the man in the 85, Zach Lindgren. And I'm going to tell you, he held on to that machine. So now we're looking at lap 26 here of 163. We are going to see, and man, look at that 2 car. He had to pit, because he's coming. Now, there's a product of new tires versus old tires, folks, and that's what it looks like right there. As he came by, those 2 guys like they were just sitting still.
They did, but I'm going to tell you what, Eric Tesh right now, he's putting down some unbelievable lap times, Joe.
He is.
Right now, he's running like 31.6s.
Yep.
Let me look at this. Tyler Justice ran a 31.8. Eric finally ran a 31.8. He's been running 31.6s the last couple laps.
Yep.
Tyler ran a 31.8. Ryan Broderick a 31.9. Mike Bruno a 32.0. These guys are running lap times just on top of each other. And, you know, Mike here in the 19 car underneath the 33. The reason his time's a little bit slower, they're side by side, folks. I mean, you've got to give up a little bit. The cars are sliding around. They're keeping them off of each other. A lot of credit to these drivers right now at their talent level and showing you what they can do in these cars.
Absolutely. And right now I'm watching this battle here between the 7th, 8th, and 9th place machines. That's Eric Friend, Joshua Stanford, and Zach Linger. I've been watching it. Oh, we got a car behind him in the wall. Let's see if he holds on to it. No, he hit the outside wall, hit the inside. That's the 03 of Dante Curtis, excuse me. Slammed the wall pretty hard. He held on to it, no caution. And I tell you, that's turn 2. Now, we talked about turn 4 a lot, but that's turn 2. And turn 2 is pretty much as slick as turn 4.
It can do in these cars, very much
yep.
so. But credit to him, though, Joe, for keeping it out of the way, not causing a caution. Very respectful on his part to just keep that thing going.
Yep. And what we're seeing now here is we're seeing a lot of these cars, guys, who can tire management. We're coming on lap 30 here at 163. Knock on wood, don't have a caution yet. But not to say there wouldn't be one or whatnot, but I tell you what, that 33 has got some front end damage, so it looks like he's already tagged the wall coming off.
He definitely does. I was just looking at the same thing, Joe. It's funny you said that, as I was actually back looking at Spence Thompson in the 89, and I said the 33 looks like he's got some damage.
He does.
But he's able to keep his car up ahead of the 89 there, so we'll see what happens when they get under green flag conditions here, if he's going to, quick fix that thing or spend some time to fix it. But without a doubt, Ryan Broderick is a guy that knows how to get around the track. He knows what he's doing and knows how to operate these machines right here, even with some damage. So he's going to make sure he stays up front and running fourth position right now. His lap's a 32.4. 32.2 is what's in front of him with Mike Bruno, so he's not that far off even with that damage.
No, it ain't, but Spence
Caution's
Thompson is
out on the track, Joe.
Uh-oh, caution out already.
Let's see if we don't have better luck tonight than we did last night, huh?
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at the 18.
Yeah, I'm seeing him right there. He looks slow, so let's go back and do a replay and see if we can't catch it here. For all the folks out there, I want to appreciate all the viewers out there, and to tell you what, yep, well, he came in the tri-oval. He hit the outside wall, bounced off, tried to hold on to it, and oh, man, I don't know what number that was. Just wrong place, wrong time for him. And he tried to hold on to it, just couldn't get it stopped in time. But, hey, that right there, that I'm going to say this is a product of a good long green flag run, and tires were starting to just wear. And we were seeing it, guys. We're starting to pull up on each other. And I'm going to tell you what, if this race goes like this, you betting man, I always like saying the 96. I'm going to tell you, because it's going to play into his hand all night long.
Well, he definitely knows what he's doing. You can't take it away from him. You either know how to take care of your equipment or you don't.
Yep.
If it really, there's an art form to it, and you have to mentally say, it's okay for these guys to pass me. And as a race car driver and somebody that wants to be competitive, that's a very difficult thing to do. But you've got to understand that, hey, these guys are going to pass me. I'm going to pass them back in about 10 laps.
Absolutely. And that's where the patience comes out. Now, he drives a style that I drive a lot. When I drive cars, I'm not a short run type style guy. I don't put it up front on pole a lot. And I go for tire management. Sometimes a little bit too conservative, but nonetheless pays off sometimes on tracks, and it might pay off for Eric Tess tonight because he's definitely looking very, very good. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there, and to tell you what, run the caution for the first time tonight here. These guys did very well here. And let's see if we can't get a word with Eric here right fast.
And come back up in front of the field.
All right, well, Bradley Wilson right now is talking to the guys in there, so we'll give him just a second here and try again.
Hey, Brent. Stay
Here's
off
his
the
analysis
racing
there of the wreck, and just to let the viewers know, race control looks at the wreck, they figure out who's at fault, and then they judge accordingly. So.
All right, let's try one more time right here.
It happens. Like I said, it's...
Oh, they still talking, so hang on a second.
It takes them a minute to judge accordingly,
the
but they do get it right.
inside of the track.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get back going.
That's the thing you have to like about the moderators here, is they want to make sure they're fair to everybody and they do what they need to do.
Eric Tess, is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy? Eric Tess, is Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, Joe, I got you.
All right, Eric, we've got some time on the tires out there in this track, and you're looking very good out there, putting it out front, and a lot of great racing so far, a lot of patience amongst everybody. How does the track feel now since we've had a long green flag run?
Well, I don't know what to search for. I mean, you got grip, you got no grip, it's tight, it's loose, it's doing everything what you don't want to like. But, you know, we need to deal with it, and we're going to race with it. So it feels fine for now.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, my hat's off to you right there as we go back to green flag racing. Gentlemen, looking very, very sharp out there in these cars, definitely tonight. So keep it up, keep the fenders on them there. Good luck. All right, John. Well, we got an idea there. That's a driver who just really just don't know yet what to think. Kind of unorthodox that he would say that. Being able to manage the tires like he did and bring it to the front.
Well, we're very early on here. We're on lap 34, so you really haven't turned enough laps to know exactly how your car is going to react as they they put rubber down on a very, very hot and slick track. So
Yep.
as the race goes on, the track is going to get some rubber into it. It's going to be a little bit more slick. So these guys don't really know what to expect. So uh, it's really great to see somebody with that type of racing intellect and intelligence to know, we don't know what to expect yet, and he understands that, and that's why he's running the way he is. But credit to Eric Teshka, he's always up front. He finds a way to get up there.
All right, well, we're back to green flag racing, and we don't want to miss that part of the race as these guys storm off into turn one. And I tell you what, Eric gets a good jump there over Mike T. Bruno, who actually is right there now in the second spot, along with Spence Thompson, who is right behind them. So we're going to see if Eric plays the same thing he did before, kind of just hold off as we see Mike T. Bruno closing in very quickly.
Yeah, the 16 of Aaron Friend there, he really dug deep out on the inside. Pulling up on the 42 right here, going down the front straight. Going to try to get in the draft right here. That's another guy, Aaron Friend in the 16, that knows how to stay up front and how to run and take care of his equipment all night long, as he did last night. He's going to do the same thing here tonight, but he's got to run up on the inside.
Well, I tell you, look at that right there. You want to talk about sportsmanship and knowing how to drive a car and knowing how to save your equipment. Look what Eric Test just did. He saw Spence Thompson come flying up on his back deck lid and bumper and move down on the inside and let him take the high side line. Now, Spence Thompson's on the high side, and he's got Mike T. Bruno right there on the inside as they're battling for the lead coming off the turn.
And Mike Bruno's hungry right here. They're going to get close coming off right there, but goodness gracious, Spence Thompson still right there on him. He did not give an inch to Mike Bruno. He said, I heard you've been winning a whole lot, buddy, but if you want it, you're going to take it.
Yes, he is. He came and held that high line. Now, oh, look at that. Almost, folks, into the wall. We're going to see the crossover move by the 89 as we got a battle for the lead that's heating up here. They are door to door coming out of that turn. I don't know how well that inside line does coming off the turns because we saw Spence Thompson, he get the run, but man, they are still locked together like glue.
You're going to be great right now with tires on the inside. That's the way to be. Spence Thompson going to run him hard right here down in 3 and 4. That's the preferred line on brand new tires right here. See if he gets a stick here, and he does. Bruno's on the outside, and Spence Thompson going to lead this lap right here going down into 1 and 2, Joe.
Yes, he is. Let's see if he can actually pull it and get that high line. Yep, he's going to be able to get clear by him, so he's going to be able to let that car drift up coming out. I tell you what, that is a heck of a battle, heck of a control there of them cars that they did not hit each other, and we know for sure. Now behind them, Eric Test fell off just a little bit, but behind him, I tell you, talk about the 42 machine, them guys, man, are sandwiched up together. The 85, look at Zach Lindgren right there doing a tremendous job bringing that machine. Actually, let's see if I can't get a real quick on him. He started 15th, John, and is now up in the 5th and 6th spot.
He did, but Zach Lindgren's a guy that knows how to run. He knows how to take care of his stuff right now. Running back here behind the 42. He's going to be in 4th, 5th position. As Aaron Friend on the 16 car dives down to the inside, going to take that position away. But Zach is probably giving it to him as he knows, I don't want to run my stuff up, don't want to burn my tires off. Zach is going to take care of his equipment right now and let those guys go.
Absolutely. You know, we said it before, new tires make you feel like Superman. And right now, these guys have got grip by no other. I mean, hey, you know, you ever saw that Super Glue commercial? Man, they are 3 wide almost behind them, stacked up coming out of the turn there. The number 33 machine of Ryan Broderick is trying to bring it to the front there with Blake Dillon. And he's on the outside, and we got Tyler Justice now. He must have got a bad pit stop or something because he got marred in traffic. And he's currently back up to 10th, trying to slowly but surely bring that machine back to the front.
Yeah, he did. My boy Tyler got some front end damage here on that car. I'll tell you what, he cannot catch a brake to save his life. But hopefully he'll come back here and get in the draft and get up front there. I mean, Tyler's been up front every time we do a race. The man finds a way to run up front and take care of his stuff, and he always gets caught up in something. Not his fault, not of his doing, but definitely knows how to wheel a car.
They do, and we got a heck of a battle going on back there, 7th, 8th, 9th. They got a battle going on in front of them, a battle going on them. I said, they got 4 cars. They're locked up, man, nose to tail and 2 by 2 coming out of the turn down the back straight. And he is Tyler's holding on to that machine. He caught the apron. I'm going to tell you, that was a driving clinic job right there. He put on, John, because he could have very well snapped that car back up on the track and caused a big one.
I'll tell you right now, Tyler's had some practice pulling the Dale Earnhardt doing the pass in the grass in the last 2 days.
Yes,
knows
he
what
has.
he's doing, though.
Man, and I tell you right now, the good battle going on here with Zach Lindgren and Ryan Broderick right there as they storm down the backstretch here. Now, Jesse, I want to answer your question out there. Obviously, the blue stands for an A-class driver in iRacing. The, what is it, green is
Green is B.
B. And I think, what's the C?
The yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow is C.
And then D is
Orange.
orange. There you go. And then rookie's obviously red, I believe, is what rookie is. So that kind of gives you an idea when you see these guys with different style bumpers there. Kind of, heck, I'll just go ahead and give you an idea. We'll go to chase can of, well, that's not a good indication. Well, none of these guys out here, yeah, none of these guys out here have their, if you go in official races is when you see that mostly. League, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But
I'm not going to see that all the time.
no, you're not. Yeah, that kind of helps you out with the coding of what to look for when you're looking at drivers and whatnot around. So, hope all the viewers out there are enjoying this. We're here tonight. Motor Sims Magazine, Racing Magazine, there presents the Grand National Series here at Monday Night Thunder at Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks. And as we call it, Hot Atlanta, because this track is very, very hot tonight, and the action on it is just as hot as right now. We're riding along with Eric Test, the number 96 machine. He is closing them back in again. And, Spence Thompson's putting down some awesome times. But I tell you, I call it, Eric Test has got that zebra machine going on out there, that number 96.
Yeah, Eric Test's going to run those guys down. He knows what he's doing. Right now, I'm looking at Scott Cozart back in the 11th position. And the number 1 car right now started 22nd in the field. Scott knows how to be patient, knows how to let the car come to him, and he's going to keep running these guys down, just being patient. We've got a long way to go here. Looking at the season champion for the A-Series and the Cup cars, and that number 1.
Yes, he is. Right now, though, he has got to get around. He's got 2 cars in front of him. There's a 59 of David A. Levine. Now, there's a gentleman we don't talk much about, but hey, I'm going to tell you, he battled to the very bitter end last season for the Truck Series title, taking on all those guys in their chase all the way at Homestead. So I know he knows how to wheel these things around here. Nonetheless,
absolutely does. Unfortunately, David doesn't get a lot of TV time. I mean, step on you there, Joe, but David, people just don't know how good of a driver he is. He's out here with all these guys. David really knows what he's doing. Great driver, and it's unbelievable, but it shows the level that everybody has stepped up their game to keep up with people like David Levine.
Yeah, David A. Levine is definitely a guy here. I've watched him all. He ran the inaugural season for Monday Night Thunder Racing Series here, and definitely seen what he can do in a machine out here. And right now, currently running in 9th spot. Now, do you see Mike, your man, Scott Cozart right there on the inside? We'll see. He's very calculated, too. It's not one of them drivers that you're going to see push his equipment. Again, going to try to be there at the end of this race. But, man, we got some good battles going on. Battling back here in the back, battling up front still. And I tell you, it's all over the track right now.
Yeah, we really do. And I tell you, everybody's got to be happy with this. The drivers, the moderators, league owners, putting on a great show right now. These guys are very patient with each other. David Levine let Scott Cozart go right there. David knows what he's doing. He knows how to be there at the end. He knows how he wants to drive his car and take care of it. David in the 59, like we were saying, what a great driver. A lot of people measure themselves against what he's done in the past. And one of those guys that you have to step up your game to meet what he does. Scott Cozart, one of those guys that came out of the gate, leading the points, won the championship. I mean, there's so many guys that you could try to model yourself after, watch what they do, and it's exactly what I did when I got started. I'd get on here and watch and see how these guys do things, and that's what helped me win, in my own divisions and do what I did. So A lot of good, great drivers in this series right here to model yourself after and learn what to do. But Scott Cozart, David Levine, Ryan Broderick, Jason Burgess, Zach Lindgren, these guys, they're all right here on top of each other.
Absolutely. And right now, Zach Lindgren, he is the man on point right there at 5th spot. He got around those two machines, looked very good when he did it. And number 23 there, Jason Burgess. That's my bad. Started 10th, currently 7th, so it's looking very good. I mean, these guys are putting on some good racing and some good passing. Very clean, very respectful right now. And I think they know that after last night, putting on again, the truck and the Xfinity car, two totally different animals.
It definitely is. I'm telling you right now, looking at Eric Teska's time, 31.162, compared to leaders 31.3 of Spence Thompson. Third place, 31.268. So Eric Teska, I'm going to tell you right now, taking care of his stuff, taking care of his equipment, his tires, right there up against the leader right now, looking at through the turn on his bumper. He's just waiting for him to make a mistake, but Eric Teska putting himself in the right spot.
Yes, he is. Like I said, we go back to what he said. He is very good at the long runs. Now, these two guys know each other very well as he dives on the inside there to try to battle, take the lead from him. We'll see if he can clear him coming out. Very good, very calm. I'll go back to, like I say, these guys know each other very well because obviously Spence Thompson, the defending Monday Night Series Truck Series champion, the inaugural Truck Series champion, and Eric Tesh ran the whole entire season with those guys. Right now, they know each other well. They are battling each other well, and look at that, a lot of respect on the track as they are side by side dueling it out here in Atlanta.
Yeah, and these guys come on lap 57. Spence Thompson's going to give him the run. Right there, Eric Tesh going to take it away and lead this lap right here, Joe. Eric Tesh got a great job, though, taking care of his stuff and leading up right. Wow, cut him off right there. Slide job up in front.
Well, that's probably what he had to do to get that momentum going into that turn there. And, a lot of courtesy there on the 89's part. You see Mike T. Bruno, that helped him pull up there just a little bit with those guys, saying, hey, fellas, I'd like to see y'all a little bit more side by side. It would help me get up there. But right now, the times amongst those, Eric Tesh with a .710, and old Spence Thompson with a .740, not far off. Now, Mike T. Bruno, though, right there behind him, well, the lap prior, he was faster. That's because those two gentlemen were side by side. But now, I tell you, look at the times again. Eric Tesh is just rolling. He's at least about 0.2 faster than everyone else.
Absolutely is. And the thing that's so amazing is Eric knows to take care of his equipment from the beginning. He's very disciplined in what he does. He does it every single race. We've seen it time and time again. Doesn't matter what day it is, Eric knows to take care of his stuff, let these guys get by him. If you look earlier, he had cars in front of him. Now where is he at? Up in the lead, leading by almost half a second. Let the guys go and just take care of your stuff. But,
absolutely.
I tell you what, Joe, it's about that time, buddy.
Yeah, we're getting close to it. It's actually right now lap 60 of 163 here. We're going to look at another 3 laps. We're going to have only 100 laps to go. These guys are clicking off sometimes very quickly. I'm going to tell you what, that 42 machine, man, he's putting on a clinic on how to Von Griffin Jr. slide that thing around the track, because I've seen him do it several times here. Very, very good driving. He's on the verge of just wicked loose as we're under caution.
And we are, and I believe, look at the 29 car, Joe.
29, all right. And I tell you, these cautions are falling right into the hands of Eric Tesh, man. He is, the 29 looks all beat up. Let's see if we can get to replay. We're going to go back here a little bit. But while I do this, these cautions are falling perfectly right into the hands, and I think I caught the tail end of that one, didn't see what it was, but nonetheless, looks like the 32 was involved with that too. Unfortunate for them, some tore up cars and whatnot, but hey, my hat's off to these guys. It's only caution number 2 here of 100, at lap 62, 163 tonight, folks. These guys are putting on a clinic. I don't know what to say.
They put on a heck of a show right now. They really ought to be proud of themselves. League moderators, everybody, they've done a great job so far. hard to see what happened there with that crash. Same thing as we
Yeah.
had last night. But obviously, everybody on the lead lap is going to be coming down to get tires and fuel.
Yes, they are. The whole field jumps down there to get 4 tires and fuel, as we like to say. And definitely going to miss it. And like I said, these cautions are falling right at the perfect time for Eric. He gets back up there, takes the lead, walks away. And I'm going to tell you, if it keeps falling like that, he's going to be in the perfect spot at the end of this race. As long as he isn't one of those cautions. But
Eric
well, that's
Tech is a
it.
dangerous driver, and a lot of guys don't think about it. He's so quiet. You know,
Yep.
he reminds me a lot of a Matt Kenseth. You don't think much about him during the race, and next thing you know, like, this guy's in the top 5. How the heck did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
But Eric Teshka's always found a way to be up in the top 5, 10 every time he's out there. And in this race right now, he's taking care of his stuff. He's doing a great job.
Absolutely.
And they keep giving it to him. I'm going to tell you what, the guy's going to run away with it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, since we're on the caution right here real quick, let's go and get do a quick commercial break here from the sponsor here, Motor Sim Magazine Racing there. Folks, if you haven't checked out that, go definitely check them guys out. They're the title sponsor here for the night. Monday Night Thunder Racing League on Tuesday with the Xfinity Series. Grand National Series is what they call it here. Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll be right back after this quick word.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, here tonight, Atlanta Motor Speedway here. Joe White up here in the booth. I'm accompanied by John T. Wimbush. John, I tell you, man, this race has been electric. It's been everything we thought it would be.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good race so far, and these guys know how to take care of their stuff. We're watching Eric Teshka right now just show these guys, you know, if you can pass me, that's fine, go right by me, but he passes them back in about 10 or 15 laps, so it's all about taking care of your equipment.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, man. I tell you, you hearing any race chatter out there or anything? I've got mine off. Was there anything the guys out there saying?
I've just listened to a little bit, but it seems that everybody's pretty happy with what's going on so far. So very respectful, pretty happy guys, happy moderators so far. So that's good to hear.
Awesome, man. Well, you know, John, we mentioned it. We talked about it. We were having a ball last night and loved every minute of it. For some reason, the moderators wanted to pull their hair out, but hey, we loved it. Yeah.
I thought the racing last night was just fantastic, and couldn't have found anything better. But you know, everybody's got a different strategy, different things they're looking for. So, you know, can't fault them. They want the guys to be, you know, good hard racers and you know, give each other. The thing about this league is they're a boys have at it kind of league. You know,
Yes.
it's okay. You know, push on each other. Let's give each other a hard time, but you know, don't wreck each other and take somebody out and cause a big problem. But so that I love that about this league is they're, you know, lean on each other and see what happens. But you know, they want to be fair at the same time. So I love it. But we're going back green here, Joe.
Yeah, we are. Green flags in the air. And I always like to say before that pace car goes in, takes a hard left turn and takes off as it's sending in. Eric Tesh gets a good jump out there again, as always. He's been doing all night long. Now, like you just said, though, those guys will probably reel him in, and then towards the end, he'll start reeling them back in. So they're out there playing fishing. Now, one will reel one in, and the other one will cast out and reel the other one back in.
Yeah, we'll see how hard Eric wants to push his equipment right now, being up front. Start feeling that pressure from behind and may play some mind games with you. It makes you want to push your stuff a little bit. But Eric just needs to stay calm and composed like he's been doing the whole race and just take care of his stuff and not let them, play those mind games with him as he's got Mike Bruno up on his outside here.
Yes, he does. And I tell you what, you mentioned it right before we had that caution. Folks, let's go ahead and bring out the speed cams, what I like calling it, so that you hear what these guys are feeling inside those machines, because right now they are dueling 3 and 2 wide back there in the back. So with that note, let's bring some speed to this action. I tell you what, we got a car hard into the wall there, John. Brings out the caution flag. We saw it live right there as it happened. That thing just snapped loose, went slammed head on into the wall, unfortunately. But I always like saying there, man, if that does not get your blood pumping and your heart going, you might want to get an appointment with your doctor and tell them you need an EKG, because something is definitely wrong.
Yep. Every time we do the speed cam, everybody turns it up. I turn it up here, so wasn't expecting to have to turn it down that early, but that's to be expected here. You're going to get loose. These cars are so tight there, and we say loose, but you're really just oversteering, and that's what causes the problem there. Like just what we saw.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that guy, he snapped. I don't know exactly 100%. We saw it live there, but that thing snapped viciously loose and went straight right into the wall. So I don't know if his night's done, or I do think they have a quick fix here, but nonetheless, under caution here. But still some good green flag running. That's another thing we've seen, John. Awesome green. I mean, we were watching that speed cam. What I noticed there, those guys were sticking 2x2, nose to tail. They were fanned out everywhere, putting on some good action.
Absolutely, and I have to say it's pretty awesome to see in these cars those guys are able to stick side by side like they're doing and run this close. We are going to see the guys kind of fan out a little bit because of the wear and the fact that they don't want to be on top of each other, but this car with this package kind of creates this type of racing, so you're going to spread out a little bit. Lap times are going to fall off some, and you're going to have guys that know how to take care of their stuff coming through the front, like we've seen Eric Teshka do. We got David Levine up there. Mike Bruno has been up front all night, so you got guys that know how to take care of it. But this package definitely creates this, not so much a pack style racing. You can kind of get out there by yourself a little bit and catch a break here and there.
Yep, you're right. That's unlike the truck, where pretty much the trucks are built to stay, right there on somebody's nose or door to door. These, like you just said, you're able to spread out a little bit, get some breathing room. That's a good word right there. But looks like the 33 machine and Eric Tesh opted to stay out this time. What do you think about that call?
I think they're going to be just fine. And we're just on lap 72. They're probably thinking that as the race goes on, these guys are going to keep pushing. We're starting to see more cautions, and as we say, cautions breed cautions. So as we go here, these guys, they're going to push the envelope a little bit. So being up front's not going to hurt you. So say you're up front for another 20, 30 laps, then it puts you out there to where you can pit towards the end and run it down for the win.
Well, I tell you what, right now, that Tide machine has got the hooligan machine behind him. It looks just like a zebra-looking car that old Eric Tesh has got right there. I love looking at some of these paint jobs these guys come up with out here. But nonetheless, folks, we're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight for the Motor Sims Racing Magazine's Grand National Series here for the Monday Night Thunder. And right now, your man up point, Ryan Broddick. And Ryan started fourth, currently leading Eric Tesh, the man who was on poles right there outside of him. David Levine starting right there in 11th. Now, he's running a, what is that, Revant Optics? Not 100% sure what that is. You know what that is?
I don't, I'm looking through the field here, looking back in the back to see how many cars we got laps down and who's doing what. But looks like Kenneth Yance in the 72 is the
First
last
one.
car that's on the lead lap. So we've got Derek Robinson in the 818. That's the first car lap down. But definitely a good break for Kenneth Yance, David Heisa, Davis Richards, Michael Reddy, and John Barron. See what happens with these guys here in the back as they've all pitted to try to come up through the field here.
Well, you know, Kenneth Yance right there in the 72 machine, he is actually carrying the title sponsor here for the Grand National Series of the Monday Night Thunder for their Xfinity cars that they run here on Tuesday night. Motor Sim Racing Magazine. And like I say, folks, if you have not read the first issue there, please go check it out. And again, if you get a chance to talk to Kenneth, man, that guy has definitely, he's almost got like a motor running.
Yeah, he's excited to be a part of it, and it's great. And like I said, he's got all the reasons in the world to be excited here, being a part of the sim racing community and what these guys are doing. Their first edition that came out there, and everybody's read it so far. If they haven't, it's because they're not listening to you, Joe, because you tell everybody to go read it. So if you haven't, go do so. I did it. It's a great thing, and that's the thing we need to make sure we do is support these people and these businesses that want to be a part of sim racing and show them we appreciate their support, their time, their money that they spend, and give back to them, show them that we're paying attention. The racing community is always great to sponsors, and we need to continue that here in sim racing as well.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, right now, these guys putting on a clinic up front here of a show of racing here. So we're back to green flag racing at lap 75 of 163 here, folks. It's been a heck of a show, and it's been all Eric Tesh show. But right now, Ryan Broddick wants to definitely wash his hands clean of that as he's got the Tide Clean machine out front. But, man, behind him and behind Eric, those guys are battling tooth and nail. I mean, they got good tires, and I don't know, it's not going to take long, I don't think, John, before they get up there and take it, because we see your man Tyler Justice right there and David A. Levine up there and Mike T. Bruno. Wow.
And some of these guys are bad fast. Tyler Justice is going to get up in there and make himself, make his presence felt here with Eric Teshka, but I'll tell you what, Eric does not get shaken. He lets these guys go. Look at his patience, Joe. He just let them go, and then he knows I'm going to catch up with them later, and we'll see if it pays off for him. But so far, it has all race long. He's got the 89 of Spence Thompson underneath him here.
He does, you know, and you're right. You said the exact words right there. Very patient, lets the guys go. Now, what won't fall in his favor is if the race goes on and we get a lot of cautions. Unfortunately, hopefully we don't. Hopefully it goes green, because it has went green. We've had some pretty good long green flag runs that has ran in his favor very, very well. But what won't is if we start seeing a lot of cautions here. And that's not what he wants to see, because then he gets into that groove of everybody goes by him, and he's going to have to eventually at some point change his game plan and push that machine.
And he can do so, and Eric knows that, but the more he can take care of it, the better off he's going to be. So when it comes down to it, I believe that in the short run, Eric would have a great car in the short run. For it to be that good in the long run, you know he knows what he's doing. He knows where he can push it at. So when you got tire wear and you're able to push it like he doesn't have, really fast, faster than anybody else when Eric's up front there. So he knows where he can push it at. So it'll be interesting to see. But Tyler Justice, telling you right now, looking to make up for last night. We're on that second position right now behind Ryan Broderick, Mike T. Bruno in third, Spence Thompson. These guys are all right now on top of each other, just running fast, fast lap times.
Yeah, they're in the 29s. I just saw it. That's the fastest times we've seen all race long here. As Tyler Justice moved around Mike T. Bruno for the second spot, and he's hitting his sights on Ryan Broderick right there to try to take the lead back again. And Tyler Justice led 12 laps of this race so far. Started second, currently second right there, Mike Bruno. But man, I tell you what, they are 29.8s, and Mike Bruno ran a 30.2. The top two guys are laying down some blistering pace of times.
Yeah, and I think that the 96 of Eriteshka said, all right, maybe it's go time here, and I need to keep up with you guys, because you don't want to let them get too far out front, just in case we keep things going green here. And have green flag pit stops, as we keep going here. So he's underneath the 16 of Aaron Friend on the inside. Eric's very good in the long run, but you can't let the guys up front give it so far out front.
Yep.
Every little second matters, every tenth matters. So you got to keep up with them as you go, Joe.
Oh, absolutely. I agree totally with you right there. I mean, you definitely don't want to get far back there, even though we see, right now I'm looking at his times. Now he's matching a lot of the guys he's around with, as we see now. Actually, Mike T. Bruno ran back Tyler Justice. I guess Tyler might have got loose coming off a turn or something there. Kind of missed it on that one because, man, Tyler was way out front of Mike there for a little bit and was laying down some good times, but Tyler's falling off. He's his last lap time.
Third position now.
Yeah, he was
may
in
list that
second.
they were looking at the battles in the back. Probably go back and look at it there, but just so much action all over the track.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're right. Well, and I'm looking at the times, too. Tyler's is falling off just a little bit. He's at 30.3, and look at Mike Bruno's at 30.1, and 30.2 for Ryan up there, and Spence Thompson with a 30.3 in himself. So,
I gotta think that with that, sorry, Joe, I don't mean to step on you, buddy, but I gotta think with that, with Tyler stepping off of the time like that, it seems like maybe he's setting himself up for a long green flag run. Maybe he knows these guys will spread out some because he was bad fast. Maybe he just wanted to get himself in the top 3 or 4 and slow it down a little bit.
And that's true. You're probably right on that one. I tell you what, he saw earlier what Eric Tesh was doing and what he was trying to do, and it wasn't paying off, and Eric Tesh was basically bringing that machine to the front. Now he's maintaining with the man in second place. I mean, all 3 of those cars are maintaining. Now, the second, third place machine, they're catching Ryan. But I'm going to tell you what, second, third, fourth, fifth, every one of them cars, man, it's within hundreds of each other.
Yeah, and that's where they've been all night. But to run the way they were doing with Mike Bruno and Tyler Justice, they've had to step it back just a little bit and say, okay, we know we're going to have a long green flag run here. And if we do, we need to stay up front. And this is the best way to do it, is to do exactly what they're doing. And then they're towards the end. If they keep it going the way they're doing, they're going to be able to push it pretty hard at the end. So right now is the best. What they're doing is the best thing they can do, and that's take it easy for right now.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, just got a message from Cody West. And Cody West, one of the owners here, as we see a battle for the lead going on up here. I told you that Mike Bruno, he's looking to put that thing to the front as he's on the inside there, Ryan. But Cody West, he's one of the co-owners here, founders of the Monday Night Thunder League, raced with these guys. Got him a new job and all, so he's had to commit to that a lot more than what he was out here. But just sent me a message, asked how the race was going, how the cautions look and all. And I told him, I said, man, we've had some great long green flag runs, and we have. I mean, even though, let's get a quick summary right now. Lap 87 of 163, we've had 7 lead changes. We only had 3 cautions tonight. That's pretty darn good for the amount of speed and the track the way it is.
It definitely is. It says a lot about these guys and their ability to run and do what they're doing and be 2 and 3 wide like they have. Very good, respectful racing that we've seen tonight. I think that, leaving Daytona and doing the truck race that they did, I think they've learned a lot from it, just like we said they would. So they're showing us their talent level, and it's very, very impressive. And this league does a great job of putting good drivers in position here to
Yes, they
have a
are.
good show.
Well, you know what? Here's another guy we ain't talked much about. That's Matt Hoover. Look at that. All the way up to 5th spot. Started 24th. He's been able to put that number 13 machine up there in the top 5 right now, and looking very good in a National Guard Chevrolet. So maybe he's another one there that might sneak up there at the end and pull out a victory.
Yeah, and he might be, and hopefully his luck is on his side. Every time we bring attention to him, he's been up front, and everybody's pulling for him, and something bad happens to him. So tonight he's been very, very quiet. Started back in 24th, as you mentioned. So maybe he's learning as he goes as well here. So the better these guys can run now. Now is the time to take care of your stuff. Good green long run here in the green flag conditions, and then you can run it very hard at the end, and that's what these guys are starting to do.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about long green flag running, and we got to talk about that 96 again, because I'm watching his lap times, and he is putting them up and shutting them down, because he is definitely putting some bad fast lap times down on older tires, and he is gaining on those guys. The 16 machine right there, Aaron Friend and Matt Hoover. So I'm going to look for him to start just knocking them down like some pinballs coming up through this field one by one. And that's what he does. At the end of these long green flag runs, that's what he does. Just slowly and methodically come to the front.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, he's a tenth or two faster than the guys in front of him, which is pretty unbelievable. But Eric Teska knows what he's doing. Very, very smart racer. Knows how to take care of his equipment and try to be there at the end. But doing a great job right now. He's very patient, and that's the thing. It's very hard to understand when you're trying to go fast and you have guys passing you as a racer. You hate to see that. You hate to see guys passing you and you know you're faster than them. But you have to have the patience to understand that, hey, at the end I'm faster than they are, and you got to time it just right also. So Eric knows how many laps he needs. He knows exactly where the point in the race when he needs to push it. And he's shown us that over and over again if you've ever watched him. So very methodical racer, very intelligent racer. And it's great to see him in here, being in the Netherlands, being up in the middle of the night to be here and race with these guys. That gentleman knows exactly what he's doing.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, another guy right there behind him, Zach Lindgren, right there in that 85 Miller Lite machine. He is following in the footsteps of Eric, going up through the field with him there, and I've been just watching him a little bit as he passed Aaron for the 7th spot there. So he's definitely trying to mimic, hey, look, maybe like what you just said, if I'm patient early on, it'll pay off in the long run. And I know as a racer, hey, that's something that you just got to learn, because it's very hard. You really can't teach that, because as a racer, you're always taught, go get them. You got to win. You got to be up front. You got to drive hard. It's very hard to discipline yourself to be patient like this on a long, long run.
Yeah, it definitely is, and especially if you grow up racing like I did and other people have. The guys in this series right here, they run on Saturday night. You got a 50-lap feature race. You're just putting the pedal to the metal and going as fast as you can the whole time. But when it comes to this right here, you got to know how to make your car last, and that's when it comes. This is what it's about being a race car driver, is knowing when to push it, when to take care of it. And Zach Lindgren knows what he's doing as well. But there's no better person to follow and learn from than Eric Teska, and he knows how to take care of his equipment. So shows a lot of respect right now that Zach has for Eric, to sit back here and say, hey, buddy, I'm going to follow you and see what you're doing, because they're taking notice of it. Eric may be running in 6th position, but they know he's got a fast car in the long run.
Well, right there, the last time he just put up the previous, he was a 10th faster than the whole top 5. So he's definitely coming. I mean, the only time he slows down when he gets door to door with another car here to go for the pass, but then it doesn't take long for him to get around him. I tell you, folks, we're here. We're got to click off lap 100. That means we've got 63 laps to go. And tonight, it has been a heck of a clinic here for patience, hard driving on a very tough, slick, hot track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And I'm Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by John T. Wimmis. And I'm going to tell you what, John, it has been a heck of a pleasure calling this race for all the viewers out there and all the fans. You know, I hope they're still awake on us out there. I hope they haven't fell asleep, man, with us talking.
Yeah, we've done so much talking and analyzing everything. You know, we want to make sure that we're fair to everybody too, and you know, don't lose sight of what's at stake here. And that's these guys putting their names out here, put their name on the line, and it's a big deal for them to have the respect of the guys around them. So, you know, we appreciate all the viewers and what they do, but we got to pay attention to these guys and their driving abilities. We're under caution, Joe.
Oh, yes, we are under caution again. Didn't see what happened there, but we'll see if we can't catch it at least.
Hold it. Yeah, I'm trying to search for it. Same issue as we had last night, a little bit.
Yeah, and it's just probably going to be one of them ongoing things till it straightens out a little while, but nonetheless, I mean, hey, that's only caution 4, folks. And we're at lap 102 of 163. My hat's off to every one of these guys. And I want to throw out something right there.
You okay there?
DJ Hargrove and that 36 machine. Bringing it up at 8th spot. Started 35th. That's another one right there. I watched him all season last season drive the wheels off of it. And definitely knows how to wheel a machine around. So we'll see if I can't get a talk with him right fast while we're under this caution.
I mean,
10-4, all right. Caution's going to be on the 11 car, boys.
11
Single
car,
spin.
we heard it right there. Single spin. So
yeah, I'm
all
having
right.
tons of fun tonight.
DJ Hargrove, is Joe White in the booth? You got a copy?
Feels good to be racing again.
DJ Hargrove, is Joe White? You got a copy?
Heck of a job. Smiling from ear to ear right now. This is fun to watch. And you boys are communicating, gentlemanship. Heck of a job, boys. Heck of a job. That's what this league was built on.
DJ Hargrove, is Joe White in the booth? You got a copy?
I got you, Joe. What's going on?
Not much, DJ. I tell you what, you qualified 35th here tonight, and I just noticed you were in the top 10 right there in 8th. How does that car feel, and do you have anything to hang on here at the final closing laps to pull off maybe a victory here tonight?
Oh, man, car feels amazing. Take one out of test book. Feels good to be on a long run tonight, Joe, man. That's my specialty. I don't like to drive them tires off fast, and we're actually running long tonight, and it's great.
Well, absolutely. My hat's off to every one of the drivers out there. I was listening. So how's the track feel out there since you've got a long green flag runs that's happening?
The tracks came around. I mean, everybody's found the line to drive. It gets a little loose once you start losing your tires, but everybody's slowing down and driving right. So the track's good tonight. It was a little hairpin early, but it came around.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, I heard what old Bradley Wilson there, he's got a grin from ear to ear tonight over this. And me and old John up here in the booth, we've been analyzing like none other. Look like a bunch of my accountants up here calculating numbers, and our heads are starting to steam trying to look at it. But you guys better putting on a heck of a show out here at Atlanta. So I also want to see if Zach Lindgren, it's Joe White, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Joe. I got you. Go ahead.
Well, Zach, unfortunately, by the time I went on to you right there, we saw you go sliding through your pit box a little bit. So no harm, no foul. But you were up front, and you were bringing that number 85 Miller Lite machine up to the front. How does it feel, and how does the car and track feel to you?
It feels amazing, Joe. It's a complete 180 from practice earlier. It's amazing.
All right. Well, I tell you what, hats off to you there. I know right now you're a little bit further back than what you wanted to, but hey, keep your hats on. You got a long way to go to get it back up front. And I tell you, Eric Tesh out there ought to be proud. Everybody loves it's feeling amazing. So that's the new coin phrase of tonight. The track is amazing. So, guys, y'all are doing some amazing racing out there, and we're loving watching every minute of it. Like I say, keep up, keep your fenders on it, and we'll see you here at the end of the race. Well, I'll tell you what, there you go, John, man. That's those guys, they're happy. They are tickled pink, so to speak.
And they should be. They put on a great race so far, and listening to the race chatter, sounds like the moderators, the owner of the leagues here, they're very happy with them. And they should be. These guys have done a great job.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, we're about to get set here to go back green flag racing, folks, for lap 106 of 163. And I tell you, it has been nothing short of exciting. Appreciate that out there, Craig, as always. And as we see this pace cars heading into turn number 3, we're going to get this thing, I like to call him, I'm going to get finally here, we're going to say, the pace car is going to take that hard left turn off on pit road. And I'm going to say going to send these machines a roaring down into turn number 1. John, I tell you, Mike T. Bruno's the man out front, along with Tyler Justice, Spence Thompson, and Eric Tesh, as we're about to get set to go green flag for lap 106. I mean, it's getting down to closing time. Green flag in the air. Wow, and they are still good jump there for Mike T. Bruno.
And Mike Bruno's not going to take any prisoners right here, man. He's got a tough night last night. Tyler Justice did as well, so nice to see these two guys up here. Spence Thompson had a rough night last night. Be good to see these guys come away with a good run here.
Yes, sir. You're right. I tell you, they're fanned out, nose to tail right there. The top runners are. You got to go back to about the 5th place machines there. Eric Tess sitting in 5th. Right behind him, you got Scott Cozart and the number 1. But I'll tell you, look at that. The man we just talked to, DJ Hargrove. Wow, as he is trying to thunder that number 36 machine on the inside. He thought better of it and held right there in the 7th spot.
Yeah, looking up here at the lead, Joe, we've got a great run right here. We got 4 cars, one right behind the other. You could throw a blanket on top of them here.
Yes, sir, we do. I tell you, that is the thing. We got a battle going up front. We got a battle going behind them. We got battles going all over this track right now. Let's look at these cars now. And I tell you, the intensity is about to rise a little bit as we thought. Looks just like, man, the teapot on top of an oven. It's about to whistle blow. As these guys are like, look, we've been patient all race long. But these gentlemen now are about to put the hammer down, and we're down south. And, man, we got a car hard in the wall and a wreck in the back.
Big wreck in the back, but hashtag first Joeism of the night.
Oh, we just get in the groove here, and I tell you what, these guys were starting to get, we saw that wreck actually live. It happened back there in the back, right there, unfortunately. Took out several good cars back there, but nonetheless, these guys are starting to turn up the heat. I mean, they've got just like it's a flip of a switch, and boom, here they come. I mean, the patience at one point, there's going to be thrown out the window, and John, we're going to see it as we get closer to lap 163.
Yeah, and it's about time to turn the wick up a little bit here as we're on lap 109, so still got a ways to go, but when you start looking at it, when you get down to 40, 50 laps to go, that's when it's go time here, and you've got to put yourself in good position.
And you're right. That's it right there. Mike T. Bruno, Tyler Justice. Now, this plays into their hands. Short, quick cautions. Unfortunately, not what the moderators want to see, but hey, that's what we love to come and see as viewers, announcers, and everything else here. Who do you think is going to come on pit road and get tires? They just did, but think you're going to see any takers?
I don't think anybody up front should come right now. The guys in the back that have nothing to lose, they're the ones that should come. If you're from 11th or 12th on back, you should be coming down pit road.
Oh, wait a minute. What in the world? I'm not even going to speculate on what just happened right there. But we just saw it live. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm not even going to click on the chat, John. Because
I'm listening to the race chatter. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So you just do your talking, Joe.
Well, I'm not even going to click on it because I can only imagine, and I'm going to stay neutral. But I can tell you what, probably not some happy campers about what just happened there under caution, folks. But we're going to leave it at that.
Now,
Wow.
credit to these guys. Don't want to make anybody sound bad, and I know you're not trying to either. But credit to these guys, keeping their cool, trying to figure out what happened right there.
Absolutely, because that was kind of odd. I mean, it looked like a freight train coming up through the field there. I mean, just...
I think that what happened, Joe, if you look at, I believe that was the car of Brad Wilson. He may have lagged out, and his car just was still under control on its own.
It was
I don't think that,
unusual.
Yeah, I don't think Brad Wilson just connected back, so got to make sure that we don't make him look bad. I believe it's just an internet connection problem on his end.
Yeah, and usually when something like that is, I usually just don't even try to explain it. I just go, and I just leave it at that. You know, you're gonna learn the way I do things a lot, John. There's a lot of other announcers and all. They love getting all into that drama stuff. Nope, no.
Yeah, try to keep it clean.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Well, we don't want to make anybody look bad. I mean, these guys it's a heat of battle, and this is go time. But big credit to these guys, as I've been listening to the race chat. Everybody's been very understanding. I think we all know what happened there. Brad Wilson just lost connection, didn't know anybody was in front of him, and an accident happened there that he did not mean to happen.
Yeah, and the car that was just coming through there just looked like just a choo-choo train just coming up through the pack, just woo-woo, and just looked like a bulldozer, man, just knocking them left and right like a bowling ball, clean.
Absolutely. And it does that. If you lose connection, you can't see the cars in front of you. So anybody that hasn't done this, when you lose your connection for a second, all the cars in front of you are gone, and it says catch up to the pace car. So that's what he was trying to do, and it just lost all connection there. But unfortunately, inside the race, it will still affect the guys that are in there.
Well, it affected some good ones. Yeah, now I know the number 33 of Roger Broderick, Broderick, was one of them that got involved there. Ryan Broderick.
Absolutely, but credit to him. He understands what happened, and no bad mouthing on anybody's part. I think everybody knows what happened. We're on week 13 in iRacing, and anybody doesn't know what that means. Week 13, a lot of guys come in that don't normally race. You see a lot of people in here on the server. Causes a little bit of issues here and there, so I think we're starting to see that. And Joe, we talked about that before we started the broadcast here. How at 9:30 was early. It's about 11:30 here East Coast time, and it's the time where you start seeing that number pick up a little bit there. So credit to these guys being very professional, understanding that that's what the issue was, and Brad or these guys, they don't mean for anything like that to happen.
Oh no, and that's a good thing, like you just said as well. Lights off on that pace car. They're stacked up by 2x2 now. The only unfortunate thing there is the number 7, Tyler Justice, has got some damage on the back deck lid, and at the speeds that these guys run, don't know how much that's going to affect him. We'll have to see going into the turns here. So as we're going to get set here to go back green flag here shortly. So it's going to be interesting him going off down there in that turn number 1.
Yeah, it will be, but I'm going to tell you what, if we know anything about these guys up front, they're not going to give an inch. We got some hungry guys up there. Mike Bruno, Tyler Justice, Vince Thompson, Eric Keshka, David Levine's up there, Kyle, I have no idea how you say his last name in the 95.
I don't either.
Man, I'm looking at that. I want to learn how to say it so bad. We're going to figure it out.
Well, we'll figure something out on him. I've learned a lot of names over the time, but nonetheless, pace cars
Paprocki?
Pace cars coming out of turn number 4 here. And like I say, he's going to take that hard left turn off on the pit road and get these set to send these machines a storming. Green flag back in the air here tonight. Lap 114 of 163. And I tell you, we're about to have a dogfight here in Atlanta, folks. If you thought these guys had patience before, it's almost about to get thrown out the side view mirror, because now it's not quite go time, but you start feeling that intensity level rise. It was already hot, John. Man, it's about to get even hotter.
Yeah, these guys have been very patient with each other all night long, but it's go time right now. But I'll tell you what, the guys in this league, the moderators, they got to be happy with what they've seen so far, and they should be. Right now, we got Tyler Justice all up on the back end of Mike Bruno right here. Going to try to see if Mike will slide up a little bit, and Tyler's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it is. He's going to dive down on the inside. We're going to see if that spoiler's going to hold up on that little bit of damage there as he's looking on the inside. Looks like Mike T. Bruno's got that power coming off the outside there. We're going to see if that's going to help him out. Right behind them, though, I'm going to tell you what, you've got Spence Thompson there, and look who's in fourth place, just stalking around at the very end. That's Eric Tesh right there. Nonetheless, man, Tyler's trying, but now Eric, they are door to door up front, and they got Wheeling back here behind them.
Absolutely, Tyler's taking advantage there on that inside line, but they're still running side by side. Mike is not about to give that spot up. Running door to door down here down the back straight.
Yes, he is. Well, you saw what happened right there. Tyler, man, is just wheeling that thing side. He gets a heck of a run coming in. I'm going to see if the outside's going to pay dividends coming off, and it does, coming off the turns. They head down to the line. Looks like Tyler led that lap right there by a nose, but they are battling. I mean, awesome up front. You can see Tyler diving it in low. He's giving that high line up. Now he finally gets it. It's going to cross over move by Mike, though.
And Mike going to try that crossover right here and get down on the inside. But the outside line, really, as you keep going here, is it going to be the preferred line to keep that momentum up? And that's where Tyler's at. Got Mike underneath there right there on his quarter panel. As they come to the line, looks like Tyler is going to lead another lap here, clearing him as they go down into 1 and 2.
Yeah, it did right there. And you saw Mike Bruno right there wheel and step that rear end out just a little bit. Now he gets the outside lane. I don't know why Tyler gave up that outside lane like that. I think he got loose a little bit, John.
I believe he did as well, as he threw it in there and felt it and said, I'm going to back out of it. And instead of losing control, just gather it back up and know that you're going to have another run at him here in another lap or two.
Absolutely. Well, behind them, they have got a heck of a battle as they are stacked up nose to tail deep all the way back to the field here. Is now Mike T. Bruno. Looks like he's spreading that lead out just a little bit. Look at Zach Lindgren right there, folks. I tell you, in the 5th spot in that 85 machine, doing a fantastic job. But we see him back there in the back, 3 wide down the back stretch.
Unbelievable right now. They're ladies got to fight for these positions. Got the 89 of Spence Thompson, 95 right behind him, right on his back bumper is Kyle. Trying to take that spot away. The 85 getting back up on the 95 here. They're trying to take a run at each other and see who's going to slip up. Right now, all you're trying to do is just run with that guy and see what's going to happen. Where you're faster at, sizing up the competition is really what you're doing right now.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I'm back here in the 10th spot here because these guys are just wheeling these machines around here in a epic style battle going on. The 13 of Matt Hoover there, Blake Phelan right there in the back end, David A. Levine there. You got Aaron Friend, Ryan Broderick right there, Kenneth Yance. I mean, those guys are nose to tail and putting on a show. It's like last night. We don't know where to go. We got battle back here in the back, action up front, middle, in the back, everywhere on this track right now.
And these guys know when to turn it on. It's unbelievable right now. I mean, how they've been so patient the whole race, and now they know, hey, now is go time. It's time to put yourself in a good position. As we got the 95, the 89, and 85 fighting for position right here. 85 up on the outside. Zach Lindgren, you were talking about him earlier. He's not going to give up that outside line because he knows that's the preferred line. It's okay to be up there right now. Run your line. If that guy passes you, it's not a problem because in a couple laps, you're going to have the preferred line.
Yes, it is. And I tell you, we were seeing that up there in the wide shot that I was showing here because I'm still following these guys back here for 10th, 11th, and 12th as they're definitely putting on a clinic on how to get around this track. They are side by side, almost beating and banging the door fenders off of them here folks, as they come down to lap 2, 123 of 163 here tonight. These guys are not giving the ends. Nobody told them that it's lap 123. They think it's the last lap, every lap, and they are showing it. They are wheeling the heck out of these machines right now.
Yeah, Aaron Friend took the inside line and just really drove it through. Those good power move on his end as we got the 33, the 59, 13 and 2, all under a blanket right there. But Aaron Friend driving away from those guys, so he took that inside line and just looked like he was shot out of a cannon, Joe.
Yes, sir, it did right there. Wheel to wheel, door to door, and I tell you what, steering wheel to steering wheel. Luckily, nobody's detached that thing and thrown it out the side view mirror at somebody. But nonetheless, now look at the power move done by the man up front there in front of David A. Levine as he slid up in front. Now they are nose to tail, fanned out just a little bit here. So maybe we go back up here and look. But I tell you, from the front all the way back to these guys, you could just reach out and touch someone on the front bumpers.
Unbelievable racing right now. These guys know the restart is the best time that you have, the best chance you got of making up some spots. And Aaron Friend proved it right there, staying with that inside line and getting around these guys. Right now, he's up on the 11 of Blake Colon. Right now, he's on the inside of the 11 car, going to try to stick it right there, see if he's got some grip. Door to door with the 11 car as they come across the line.
Yeah, it is right there. You're 100% right. You got the caster. Oh, and the tide machine's in the wall. That's Ryan Broderick right there. Slammed the wall. Good job by him to stay up there, not come back, because that could have been disastrous. And 11, they made contact. That's Blake. Man, I'm going to tell you, another excellent driving job by Blake Phelan right there, because that again could be disastrous. Now back up front here, John, look at this battle for the 5th spot.
Side by side as we're going to the turn right here, we got the 95 of Kyle on the inside of the 85. Door to door, these guys are not giving an answer right here. Got the 96 of Eric Teschka right behind him, and Eric just waiting for these guys to figure this out, to figure out who wants to go with here, which line is going to go faster. Eric can probably go on either line, knowing him, the way he takes care of his stuff. And he's got the 12 of Corey Walters and that Haviland car right behind him right there. So just waiting on these guys to figure these positions out.
Yeah, it is. And I tell you, that's another guy we ain't mentioned all night long, kind of snuck up here now, the number 12 of Corey Walters. He started 25th, currently in 7th, folks, right now. And I tell you, Kyle right there in front of him, but Eric Tesch gets right around him as in the top 5. Zach Lindgren, definitely, I tell you, that kid is definitely wheeling that 85 machine around this track, and some awesome pace. Mike T. Bruno's the man out front there, and he's got Tyler Justice all over his back deck lid again. But you've got the champ and the Truck Series, Spence Thompson, lurking back there in that 89 machine. But they better hold on and better hold their breath, or they better put it to the wind, because they got another one coming in the 5th place, and that would be Eric.
Definitely so, but that 12 of Corey Walters right now digging on the inside line. Inside that 95, got the position right here. 95 is going to try to come back on the outside. 12 slides up in front of him and takes that spot away. And he's on a mission right now. He wants to get up in that top 5.
Yep, he does. I tell you what, he's got that machine, man, poured on with some awesome Haviland fuel up underneath the hood of it tonight, because he started at 25th and now is in 6th and is bringing it to the front in the 12 machine. And he's going, fellas, don't forget about me. I mean, I got Texaco here. It's under the hood and in the tank, and I'm definitely coming around. I'm going to come up there and I'm going to grab one of the Miller Lite beers. And a hooligan, man, hey, what the heck's a hooligan? That's what he's talking about behind him. Doesn't matter to me. I'm about to blow past both of them.
Absolutely. Got the 96 of Eric Teschka inside the 85 right now of Zach Lindgren. Those guys are door to door right through the turn, where you don't want to be side by side, really, because you could slide up and take a chance of hitting that guy. But Eric Teschka's still fighting on the inside as they go right here into the turn, still side by side, Joe.
Yes, it is. Coming up to lap 132 of 163, folks. We are knocking them, standing them up and knocking them down very quickly now. Good green flag run, folks, here. And we are definitely seeing it right there. Eric Tesch on the move, as always. And the number 96 hooligan machine. I call it the zebra-looking machine. But he's got the beer man right behind him. And you got the oil man sitting on his nose. I tell you, it is battles going on at a true, hard, steaming, hot pace right now in Atlanta.
And that 12 car's showing. He's got speed on the bottom and the top. 12's inside the 85 right now of Zach. And Corey's going to try to take that spot away. He's going to drive it right here on the inside of the 85. And see if he can't get that move and slide job as the 12 moves up the track. Still moving up there, going to take that spot away. So the 12 of Corey Walters now in the 5th position.
Yes, he is. Good battle right there. But I tell you, we have most notably got to look up front because the champ, man, of the Monday Night Thunder Series for the Truck Series has ran down the number 7 machine, Tyler Justice, putting his nose on the inside of that number 7 there. And he's looking to set his sights if he can get around here to take on the man up front. And I tell you what, both of those machines get good runs as they are door to door coming out of turn number 2.
I'm going to tell you what, if you think Tyler Justice is going to give you a spot, you're thinking wrong, because Tyler's going to run you good and hard the whole way. Got the outside line there. Spence Thompson's on the inside.
Yeah, it is right now, though. That lap car might be the playing factors. Oh, Tyler tried to go very high, got up in the wall just a little bit. That allowed Spence Thompson to take the inside, so he played it very well, just like a chess match, just a little bit out here. John, as he had definitely used that lap car to his advantage. He was on the inside, Tyler was on the outside. Now he sets his sights on the man out front, Mike T. Bruno. We're going to see if the lottery machine up there can knock some good coins out, because he's definitely got the champ behind him. And he goes, look, you might win a lot, but man, I definitely got a trophy to show for it. Nonetheless, these guys are putting on a clinic, but look behind them. Nonetheless, they better not have their blinders on for long, because look who's just stepping up into the 3rd spot.
Eric Tesh coming up in there inside of Tyler Justice on the inside. But great job by Spence Thompson early with that lap car throwing the pick on him there. But we got Eric Teschka sitting back here. He says, I want to be a part of this action too, and you guys are not going to leave me out. He's going to take care of his stuff and make sure that he's there. Tyler Justice putting up a good fight right now, taking that line away. Eric Teschka's trying to run it, but if Eric wants around Tyler, he's going to have to run where Tyler's not.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, the fastest man on the track right now is Eric Tesh right there, and he has proven it. He is wheeling that number Zebra 96 Mahooligan machine around here, definitely at hot Atlanta tonight. Oh, Tyler goes high, almost lost. It's probably going to have to, killed the momentum coming off turn number 2 there as they head into 3. And I tell you now, that does not spell very good for the front 2 runners to see Eric Tesh in the rearview mirror as always long as you've seen all night long. Those guys. Now, most notably, that 12 sitting there in 5th, he could be a ringer here. As folks, we've got about 20 laps to go here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you thought the track was hot earlier and you thought these guys had patience, forget about it. Patience is gone. These dudes are sitting, look, we got a right foot. We got it planted to the floor. If we can get out there and help push this car like a Flintstone machine, we will, because now they are putting it to the wind.
Absolutely. Right now, looking at the lap times, we got Spence Thompson keeping right up with the leader. Eric Teschka, though, I'll tell you what, 31.641 compared to a 7.86 and a 7.95 in front of him. Eric Teschka's coming.
Yes, he is. He is coming in a hurry, John. I tell you what, man, we have seen it all night long. The master man there with some tire wear. He definitely loves these long green flags. It does not spell well for the other ones. If anybody out there right now is yelling for a caution, it's got to be those 2 front runners and a man behind Eric saying, please, 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 can we get a caution with 10 laps to go? I'll go in and I'll get 4 Goodyear tires, and then I'm going to show you what short track laying these things to the sideways all about. And right now, Spence Thompson almost lost it coming off the turn.
Almost, but he knows how to hang on to that thing right now. But Eric Teschka's still laying down some fast lap times here as he's fighting with Spence Thompson, trying to get up to the front. Mike Bruno's still leading him right now, but Eric is right on the inside right now, taking that inside line from Spence Thompson, fighting for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, he is. Well, I'll tell you what, you noticed right there when Spence got loose and went down on the inside, Eric probably could have drove that thing very aggressive and took the outside line. Very calm, cool, and collective, calculated driver. He did not. He waited patiently and picked where he wanted to be, and that was the inside the next lap by, and he took it away from the 89. Now he set sights on the man up front. He's going, look, you might know how to pick numbers, but boy, I'm going to tell you what, let me show you how to be very patient and wait and show you how to just win. That's just what it's about. He wants to win, Eric does tonight.
And Eric's going straight for it. I'm going to tell you what, that last lap he was a tenth faster, but the lap before that he was 2 or 3 tenths faster. So Eric Tesh is coming. It's just a matter of time. Catching him is one thing, passing him is another, but Eric knows how to do it. And the good thing about Atlanta is you get a lot of racetrack to work with.
Absolutely. You can go high, you can go low, you can go in the middle. You're definitely right. These guys are putting on some awesome speed. The closing rate that Eric Tess is putting on Mike T. Bruno right now, it might just be a matter of time and calculation before he finds a way around that machine up front here. Folks, I tell you what, if you ain't feeling excitement right now, I don't know what is. Again, like I said, you might want to not step away here. If you don't have your refreshments, get your significant other to say, look, you need a drink, man, I need it to cool down, because these guys are definitely hot and heavy here on this track.
Eric Tesh, here he comes, looking on the inside of Mike Bruno. And we knew it, man. He was back there in 5th place, and here he goes on the inside, going to try to clear him, slide up there. Bruno's fighting back on the outside, not going to give him the line. Eric has no choice but to slide up in front and see if he can take it away from him, and he does.
Yeah, you're right there, John. I tell you, I was looking at that. I thought there for a minute, though, that Eric was not going to slide up there like he did. He waited patiently, very good, waited just a minute till he got out of that turn before he slid up. But nonetheless, this is not what the field wants to see. That man in the number 96 Zebra Killer, that's what I'm going to say, the hooligan machine. He has been able to put that thing out front. And now Mike T. Bruno is going, look, I need to take my lucky crystal ball and somehow, some way, figure out a way to get this thing back up front, the out front motorsports machine. But the champ right behind them, Spence Thompson, he has got Tyler Justice all over his back deck lid, and the Texaco man himself's right there behind them.
Yeah, so Tyler's running some fast times, but the man up front right there, Eric Tesh, ran a 32.017 to a 32.1, 32.2. Eric Tesh is laying down some great lap times, Joe, and it's going to be hard for these guys to catch up with him.
That's just bad fast on old tires. I'm going to tell you, we're going to have to get up with him and find out, look, what magic crystal ball do you got in the Netherlands that we need to know about? Maybe we need to get us a plane ticket and fly our tail over there and start racing iracing, because obviously those guys know how to do it. He's either got ice in his veins because he's been definitely cold and calculated all night long and been very patient. Nonetheless, in a hot track, he is melting down some lap times, lap after lap.
And just continuing to pull away, 32.188 to Mike Bruno's 32.390.
Wow. That's just all I can say, John. Wow. I mean, what do you say when you see a guy like that? And we hate to sit here and keep harping. Oh, and Spence Thompson, boy, he's got an evil handling car right now in that 89 machine. We see it. He is battling that thing coming up. But what do you say? I know we keep talking about it and just sitting here harping. It seems like we're harping on it. But what do you say when a guy is just that much faster than the field?
The only thing you can say to yourself as a driver is, what is he doing that I haven't done? And it's all about patience, and Eric showed that, and he's shown it all night long. Let the guys pass him, let him get by him. He does not care, because he's going to come back in 10 or 15 laps and pass you right back, and that's exactly what he's done.
Well, that's where I got the name Netherlands. He's got to have ice in the veins because he's been cold, calm, and collective, and has not let the heat get to him, and none whatsoever. As like you just said, we've seen it. He's painted a picture and a replay and a movie all night long. Let him go. Come back. I'm going to run you back down. And he has done it time and time again. Now, Spence Thompson, actually, that's some lap down cars, excuse me, but he's about to have the number 13 come up on his back deck list. Folks, we got 13 laps to go. I don't know if I'm a betting man, and like I say, I always pick old Eric Tesh. He hasn't had the best of the last couple weeks, John, but nonetheless, tonight, boy, he is looking like a dead ringer.
They're definitely pulling away from the field right now, just gaining every single lap. And that's the best thing he can do, is just keep going, because I can guarantee you, these guys behind him have used up their stuff where he hasn't. And Spence Thompson right now is trying to hang on to that 4th spot. He's got the 13 car, Matt Hoover. We haven't talked much about Matt tonight. He's been up there a little bit, but done a great job of staying out there, staying clean, keeping his nose clean. 13 doing a great job, but got the 12 with Corey Walters behind him, and Corey's showing us that he can run here and there, everywhere on the track, and try to get around you.
Yeah, he can right there. Matt Hoover, he started 24th, currently sitting in 5th, and the man behind him also started right there. So it's 24th, 25th starting positions. Now they are side by side. You got the Haviland Texaco machine with the National Guard there. And I tell you, it looks like the 12, well, I thought there for a minute he had him cleared. Yep, he's got him cleared now. So that 12 machine might have something here at the end to build to get a heck of a top 5 finish and bring a good one. As folks, we're coming down here to the line. If we're going to have, this time by, we're going to be 10 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, that 12 car is showing a lot of patience himself. He didn't care to try to run down these guys very early on. He's taking care of his stuff. And Corey Walters is showing us he knows what he's doing as well, and we've seen that from him before. I mean, he knows what he's doing. Going to take care of his stuff here, and he's going to go to work on Spence Thompson, trying to take that 4th position away as he dives on the inside here.
Yeah, it is. And while we're watching this battle here, I'm gonna kind of just now. I'm not gonna scroll through the field, but I'm gonna just give some shout out to some drivers. Terry Mason right now, currently the first man, 1 lap down, sitting in 15th spot. Davis Richards right there in 16th. Ronald White 17th. Joseph Stafford in 18th. William L. Smith in 19th. Blake Phelan right there in 20th, and Derek Robinson in 21st, Jason Burgess 22nd. DJ Hargrove, man, just fell off the pace a little bit, 2 laps down in 23rd. David Haza right there in 25th. I get a kick out of saying his last name every time. Just to look at some of these guys back here, we also look at Kenneth Yance there battling back up to the 13th spot, and Michael Redding. Haven't really mentioned him all night long. Now, we know who Michael Redding is. He is actually the race director right there. He's got the BA graphics machine, the number 49. Started 23rd. He is currently in 10th, so he has been kind of quiet all night long.
We got the 7 spinning around, Joe. Justice.
Oh, and he got into, Zach Lindgren got into, wow. Let's go back, because Zach was just under caution and got hit. Now, that's just unfortunate right there. Let's just see what happened here. And
looks like Tyler just got loose coming off the 4 and just started trying to collect that thing as he's going down the front stretch. Got down on the brakes, locked it down, but unfortunate right there.
Well, the car that hit the 7 came back up on the track. That's the 23. Man, I know not going to be some happy campers. Now, they do have fast fixes. So, Zach should be able to get out there, get his fast fix. The only problem is when we go back green flag, actually, 4, 5, we're going to look at about a 2 to 3 lap shootout. Now, I say this, if you're the front runners, I was about to say it. You come in for tires. Here's the problem. This is not the race that Eric Tesh wants to see.
It may not be, but I'm going to tell you what, Eric has been fast all night in practice qualifying. I believe if they come in and get tires, Eric is going to be just fine. He can push that car to its limits, and he'll be just fine. He's done a great job as they come in here now, and they're going to get tires. You got to. When everybody else comes in, and Eric's going to be fine. So, again, I don't want to jinx anybody. I'm not going to make any picks. I'm going to tell you what, you better bring it if you want to beat that 96 car.
Well, I'm going to stick with the 96, but I'm also going to go off of what he said earlier, because I'm going to disagree with you on that one the first time here, is because he said he's got a long green flag run, and we've seen your man, Mike T. Bruno, what he's done on very good tires. And we've seen what Spence Thompson. Now, I would normally say Tyler Justice, but he was the one that got caught up in that wreck. So, I'm saying Eric can't do it, but man, I know just by talking to him in the past that this is not. He would have rather seen this thing go green, and he probably would have just kept on where it was. This is not the style of race he wants to get into.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, he had the fastest car there with the worn tires, and that's the thing that drivers, sometimes even myself included, You put fresh tires under me, for some reason I'm no good. But you let me get on some worn out tires, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna catch up with you. And Eric is the same way, knows how to take care of it. Some of these guys, they're just so much better on these worn out tires. And
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you what, you got Mike Bruno, and that 12 car Corey Walters has shown us all night long that he can put that thing anywhere and make some things happen. So look for that 12 and the 13 of Matt Hoover. Spence Thompson going to come up through the field here. We got some guys up here that want to make some things happen. They're hungry for some wins.
Drivers meeting. And
Well, I tell you what, let's see if we can't get a talk with Eric Tess, and we'll just see what he feels, what his chances are. How's that?
That sounds good. Man from the Netherlands up all night long to do this.
Eric Tess, this is Joe White up in the booth. Got a copy?
Say again, Joe. They were talking to me.
All right, Eric. Well, this is Joe up here in the booth, and I'm going to tell you what. Right now, you're out front. I know earlier you said you had a bad, fast, long-running machine here, but when we go back green flag running, you're going to have about 3 laps to go, 3 to 4. Do you have the car to hold off these cats behind you, because they have been awesome fast on the short runs?
Well, we shall see. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna hit every corner, every line, and that's what we need to do here.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, we know it's late over there in the Netherlands. You definitely, over there, you've got to have some ice water running through your veins, because you've been cold and calculated all night long on a very hot and heated track. Gentlemen, you are about to get down to the last closing laps here as we're about to set sail. It has been an epic, epic battle out here all night long. Keep them on the line, bring the fenders home here, gentlemen, and good luck. Well, there you go. He's unsure himself, so we're about to see here, John, as the pace car is coming into turn number 3, and we're going to get this thing on the way. We're going to have, folks, 3 laps to go. That's a shootout here, and you got some hungry, mean Hornets right there behind and beside of Eric Tesh. As pace cars coming out of turn number 4 here. Going to take that hard left turn on the pit road and send these bad, fast machines here in Atlanta. Eric's going to need the start of his life, and he does. He gets a heck of a jump. Number 12 machine says don't go too far too quick. Mike T. Bruno leads off in there side by side, John.
Yeah, that 12 car's going to be fighting for his life right here. Going to have everybody up behind him. Mike Bruno is going to be up there trying to put the pressure on him as we go, and these guys are double file behind him.
Absolutely. That is the start that Eric Tesh wanted right there, to get out front. The 12 now is under fire. Caution comes out this time. It's over with, folks. But we got a battle for second, a battle for third. They are door to door coming here to the line. We got 2 laps to go. This next time by right here, folks, it is going to be it. Can Eric Tesh and that number hooligan machine, the number 696, but Mike T. Bruno, you said he's a betting man, and he's betting on that I can run him down on a brand new set of 4 good years up underneath this bad, fast machine. Does he have enough time to do it?
Yeah, heck of a move by Mike Bruno right there around that 12 power move, and the 12 just got no choice but to sit here and try to ride behind him. Mike
Yes,
Bruno's
he
going to
does.
put it to him.
Oh, he does, and right now Eric Tess is driving the absolute wheels off of that machine right now, as you see Mike Bruno trying to do everything he can. High, low, the number 12 car looking on the inside here, folks. They storm down the bad stretch this time by. I'm going to tell you what, white flag will fly here one more time around this track for that man in the 96 machine there, and the hooligan machine of 96. I tell you, all night long he's done it. Here we go. White flag should be in the air. Yep, one more time this time by, and it's going to be a battle for second place here. The 12 dives on the inside.
Big battle for second. 12 diving on the inside right now with Mike Bruno. They're both fighting wheel to wheel right here. They're all double file behind him, but I'm going to tell you what, this is a battle right here. The 12 keeps it on the inside going into the turn there, Joe.
Yes, it does. They coming into the turn here for the final time out of turn number 4. They are door to door. Mike Bruno's going to take that second spot, but the winner tonight, Eric Tesh, was the man who held them off there. Man, oh man, what a finish, John, there to the end. I tell you, wow, it was calculated and it was there. Not exactly what he wanted, but a heck of a battle for second between Mike and Corey Walters there. They drove the wheels off the machines to the end.
Great job by both of those guys, just give and take right there. But great job by Eric Tex. Let's give it up to him. And the man knew how to drive that car all night long. And I told you, take care of those tires. You know you can push it at the end, and he pushed it right when he needed to, and got away from them. But great job, Eric Tex in first, Mike Bruno second, Corey Walters third. Great job by those guys up front right there. But a good show by the 19 and the 12, fighting for that second spot.
Absolutely. So we're going to definitely see if we can't get a word in with the number 12 machine there. You're right, Dante. It was a heck of a race all night long. Them guys put on a thriller just like last night and tonight. John, I think you do have Bill. You'll be able to talk to him on iRacing Chat, won't you?
Yes, I can.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can't get Corey Walters up on the mic here. Let's hang on just a second.
Race overall, complete 180.
All right, hang on a minute.
Right. And congrats to the winner.
Yeah, I got some race chat here. We'll get in there as soon as they get done here.
Corey Walters, this is Joe White up here in the booth. You got a copy? Corey Walters, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Joe, I got you, buddy. Sorry, my team was speaking to me.
All right, go ahead, John, man.
Hey, there with the number 12 of Corey Walters. Corey, this is John up in the booth here with Joe. Hey, congratulations on a great finish here tonight. Nice fight between you and Mike Bruno there for the spot. How do you feel about the race tonight? How did everything go for you?
Oh, it was a heck of a race. I got to tell you, I'm happy that MRM finished 1, 2, 3. Mike Bruno is one of my teammates, so is Eric. It was a great race.
They look great up here. You and Mike fighting for that second spot there. Did you feel like you had anything for Eric, or did you know he had taken such good care of his stuff? And we watched them all night long. Eric did a great job of taking care of the tires, and but money was on him to try to push it. But you feel like you had anything for it?
I did at first when that green flag waved, but after he pulled away about 4 car lengths, I knew there was no shot at it. I was just trying to hold on to a top 3, maybe get a top 2 if I could pass Bruno, but I didn't want to wad us up doing it, so I let it happen, and we made it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, great job there. Good job by your team finishing 1, 2, 3 there, Corey. So congratulations on your third place finish. Great job by you and Mike. Everybody loved it. Anybody you want to thank here for your finish tonight?
Well, I just want to thank Michael Redding for adding me to his team this season. It's been a great run so far. I hope to put up some more top 5s this year.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Good job on your third place finish there. Mike Bruno, this is John Wenders up in the booth with Joe White. You got a copy?
10-4, bud. I got you.
Hey, Mike, just the same thing to you as I said to Corey. Great job there fighting for that second spot. You feel like you had anything for Eric there at the end?
Oh man, I don't know. He was bad fast on the short run and the long run. I thought maybe I had a run on him out of 2 there one time, but he was just really fast all night and tough to keep up with. But really happy with the way our whole team finished and everything turned out tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, great job by you guys. People loved it. It was exciting to call, exciting to watch. You guys made that thing work, and you forced it in there sometimes, and I didn't know if you were going to be able to keep it down there and keep that grip or not, but you made it work, buddy, and you've done a good job on the racetrack and off, winning a bunch of stuff that everybody else wanted it. So congratulations with that too, but good job tonight. Very exciting to watch.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know. Luck's just been going my way lately. That's one good thing. But yeah, just like to thank Mike Redding, everybody on the team, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys too.
Yeah, everybody, good job, dude. And we'll let Joe take it over with the 96 of the winner tonight, Eric Test, the man from the Netherlands, staying up late to take this one away from everybody, Joe.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to run down here to Victory Lane, and on the way by, I always like running by the concession stand, grab my good old hot dog here because, hey, his team down here is definitely excited. They got the ice-cold drinks flying, the confetti's going up here for the 96 machine. He held off there at the end to pull it out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Motor Sims Racing Magazine Grand National Series. Eric Tesh, how do you feel tonight?
Well, nothing is to describe any victory. I mean, like, it's amazing, and especially with this strong talent of field what we had tonight, it was amazing. It's an amazing field.
Well, I tell you what, that is definitely your coin phrase of the night. You were definitely amazing riding around here along with all the other guys. You definitely looked like the times you backed off with that machine. I call it the zebra-looking machine you got running around out there, the Hooligan number 96. But nonetheless, you pulled it off here at a hot track, and definitely right there being ice cold doing it. Got anybody out there you want to thank?
Of course, I want to thank all my teammates. Well, just start with Michael, of course. He's bringing me into the team. We had a great teamwork all together, and we all made it to a top 3 finish, even a top 4 finish. Just working together, learning to each other. So, yeah, I want to thank everyone around me.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you, my hat's off to you tonight for bringing that number 96 machine here. You got it done there for the final lap here tonight, Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Grand National Series, sponsored by Motor Sim Racing. And I tell you, my hat's off to every one of you drivers out there. Y'all put on a show, and it was definitely exciting to watch from my standpoint and John's standpoint up here in the booth, and from all the viewers out there. So, guys, congratulations to Eric for pulling off such a awesome performance tonight. Well, John, I tell you, that is one happy guy right there coming in victory lane here, and it's fitting. He I don't know. He definitely was cold, calculated, and he knew what he had to do with that car all night long.
Well, Eric Tesh was the class of the field tonight. Wasn't no question about it. We watched it and we talked about it half the race. Took care of the stuff, knew how to keep himself up there, and that's how you win these races. You've got to find a way to keep yourself up front. You know, he could have ran the wheels off that thing and just put himself back into 10th or further back, and that just puts yourself in position for trouble. You get, cautions, you get caught back here in the back. But Eric Teshka did a great job taking care of the stuff and making sure he was in the top 5, top 6. Let guys get around him and knew he was going to pass them back. So definitely well-deserved win on his part there and his drive, and says a lot about his patience and his ability here. Very impressive.
Absolutely. Well, let's go through a quick rundown here. The results tonight. That man, Eric Tesh, right there, putting it on the front, put it out front on the pole, put it out front on the final lap, and the winner tonight at Atlanta, Mike T. Bruno, did everything he possibly could do, bringing it home in second. Corey Walters, I tell you, battling back there for third, and Kyle, I'm going to just say Kyle and leave it at that, for number 4th. Spence Thompson right there in 5th. Mad Hoover firing back to 6th. Zach Lingren right there, good run for that young man, put it in 7th. Michael Redding, impressive run up there, being patient, in 8th. Craig Lerman right there in 9th, and Blake L. Neese, and rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, 11th place, we got the 16th of Aaron Friend. The 59 of David Levine ran up front a little bit there, put some pressure on him, but wound up in the 12th spot. Ron Tater Salad White coming home in the 13th spot. Started 28th, a good run for him. He was back and forth all night long, but found a way back on the lead lap there and came home 13th. Davis Richards in the 51 car, 14th. Terry Mason in the 75, 15th. Joseph Stafford, 16th. Kenneth Yance, very excitable man. We appreciate everything he does here for this league and bringing his sponsor on board. Coming home with 17th. William Smith, 18th. Blake Malone in 19th, DJ Hargrove in 20th, 2 laps down.
And in 21st, we got Derek Robinson right there. 22nd, Jason Burgess. 23rd, David Heiza right there. 24th, Austin M. Jones. 25th, Robbie Buckner. And then 26th, Tyler Justice. Unfortunately, got caught up in that last caution right there. Spun and whatnot. Got him back down in the back. Billy Hargrove in 27th. Darren Scandero to... yeah, I'm going to just say scan. In 28th, and Ryan Broderick right there in 29th. Had a good run early on, got caught up early on in a wreck himself. Jason Alexander in 30th.
Yeah, it was a bad luck for Scott Kozart there coming home in 31st, 54 laps down. Dante Curtis, John Barron, and Jeff Leonard. Just some bad luck for those guys back there in the back. But Kozart's going to come back with a vengeance, I guarantee you that. The man knows what he's doing, so we'll see what happens. Tyler Justice is going to be hungry next time they get out here. That man, he fights for it every lap.
Yes, he does, and we seen it last night. We seen it tonight, but the man out front here tonight all night long, Eric Tess, brings it home at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this because this was an exciting race just like last night, and I definitely... I mean, you know, we had action up front, middle, and back, and just want my hats off to every one of these drivers out here, John. So, I don't know, you got any closing words?
Just very impressive race by these guys. I think that they learned a lot coming from Daytona back to here. You know, we saw in the truck race some things that normally wouldn't happen. But these guys are very good. They're very professional in what they do. This league has a lot to be proud of in the run that they put on tonight. They should be very excited about it, and they've got a lot to look forward to this season with these group of drivers that they have. You know, this league's so great, they have people on a waiting list. You know, if you're looking to get in here, you better come on and you better be ready because these guys know what they're doing. But great to see. Appreciate what OSR Network does and what you do, Joe. Appreciate Kenneth Yance and Motor Sim Racing Magazine jumping on board with these guys to be a part of this action and help grow the sim racing community here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, from all of us up here at OSR Network, Joe White, myself, and John up here, T. Wimbers up here, as always, until next time, definitely check us out. We got Racing for a Cause tomorrow night. I'll be here all night long live on YouTube. But from Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks, it was hot and heated, and these guys proved it with an awesome win. Hats off to Eric Tess tonight. So, to all the viewers out there, appreciate you sticking around, and all of you, have a good night.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.